thank God. I was worried for a sec. Oh, don't do this to me, you little bitch. Okay. I was worried that I was gonna, like, try to start drawing and then my pen would be like, ah, by the way, I need to be charged. It's not the first time I've done that. Alright, you. Let's get you and your stupid, long-legged, long lines done. Nope. Fucking... tolerable. I'll take it. Hello, Glitched Goat. How are you? Did you have a good sleep? I hope so. Hi, Louis Voss. Hi, Stuffy Clouds. Lucy Voss. Why did I say? I completely missed the Z there. Rotten Ruru. Frog Enthusiast. Frog Enthusiast. Molly Namoon. Unlucky Kitty. Genotek. Lois Sure. Hi, everybody. How was my Thanksgiving? Well, I'm Canadian. We don't have Thanksgiving in November. And also, we didn't do Thanksgiving this year because we had a bit of a miscommunication. So we just skipped. I missed out. My family also doesn't do general Thanksgiving. We do Spooksgiving because Thanksgiving is stupid. I'll just say that. So we do Spooksgiving. But we didn't do that this year because of a miscommunication. Anyways, I thought we could, like, listen to the RJ Palmer DeviantArt interview thing about AI art programs on the site, because I heard that was an interesting listen. And I kind of wanted to listen to that today. It's either that or I just rewatch Grog's one-shot again. And, yeah, I don't think I can just stream that on Twitch. So, you know, if I'm going to be doing art, maybe we listen to that. Okay, so I have the recording here. Sound is maximum.
Hi, RJ. Just give us a few minutes to get everyone on. Thank you so much. Sorry that Twitter gave you a totally, like, you just generated, hey, I just started MySpace, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me all right? I've never done one of these spaces.
There we go. Am I ready for Christmas? Fuck, I wish I was. Make my life so much easier.
Yeah, you sound good to me. A little bit quiet, but I think we are good.
Okay.
RJ's quiet? Okay. Well, I guess we're hearing it from his side, so. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in. RJ, thank you for joining. Liat, thank you for joining. Christina, thank you for organizing. So just want to set the scene really quick. We had a really wonderful Twitter space where we highlighted some great artists, and there was a lot of kind of concern and complaint that we weren't addressing the community's concerns. And in response to that, that's what this space is for. We've invited RJ Palmer, who's a very passionate artist and community member. Haven't spoken to you in a long time, RJ. I'm really happy to have you here. Last time I saw you, we were looking at dinosaur fossils in the Natural History Museum, filming some content. So it's good to see you again. And we're also joined by Liat, our CMO. And we're going to continue the open conversation. Again, I think that...
what the fuck is a CMO?
It's...
Hang on, I gotta look that up. CMO. What the fuck is a CMO? Collateralized... Nope. Chief Marketing Officer. We'll say it's probably that.
Pretty unique that you get, you know, DeviantArt exec like Liat to come on and talk and have this conversation, and I think it's great that we're going to do so and hopefully just clear up some of the misunderstanding. So, RJ and Liat, really stoked to have you both here. Let's kick it off.
Hey, RJ, nice to speak to you, not see you again.
Yeah, sure. It's been about a year, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. First of all, I think we obviously did a poor job in communicating what it is that we're doing. But I wanted to get into it with you because it's it's such a complicated area, and it's such a hard thing at the moment for us to figure out how we actually do provide protections to deviants around everything that's happening with AI. You know, in the last year, we've seen so many AI platforms and data sets emerge, and the amount of content that's being generated through these platforms across the web. We're also obviously seeing some of that being submitted on DeviantArt, and how it's impacting creators. And when we started looking at it and trying to figure out, you know, for DeviantArt, what was the right way to approach this, you know, speaking to the community, hearing what people want, we've heard some creators even go as far as tell us, you know, block AI completely from DeviantArt, don't allow it on the platform. Then we have people who are really upset because they discovered, you know, late after it had already been done, that these data sets had been built, and then the models trained using their content without their consent. And, you know, in that sense, DeviantArt was really in the same ship, because we didn't know that these data sets were being built using content from DeviantArt. Nobody told us, nobody asked us for permission. We certainly wouldn't have given it. We would never give consent on behalf of our users for something like that.
Oh, okay, but
do I have Tumblr? Technically I do, but I don't use it. So you could follow me on there. You're not gonna get anything out of it. Sorry.
to that point, like, I don't want to cut you off here, but like, you today did launch DreamUp, right? Like, this is your Stable Diffusion interface. For-profit Stable Diffusion interface. You are expecting people to pay for this, and you are using the Stability AI data set that they use, which is the Lion 5B, which is the one.
RJ, all true, all true. But let me explain why we're making the decisions that we're making there. Like, fair points on all of them, right?
Oh, let me finish. But you just, I'm sorry, maybe I'm mishearing this, but didn't they just indicate that, like, oh, you know, we were surprised that people were using other people's artwork without their permission for these data sets, which is why I guess we then turned to doing the exact same fucking thing? Like, how does that make any sense? I must just be hearing that wrong.
So, in order for us on DeviantArt to be able to even know what AI art is, right, so that not everyone's feed is drowned in AI art if they don't want to see it, and so that users are able to control what kind of content they're even.
So now she switched from, like, the distaste of having your art used in AI art programming. Now she switched it to, oh, people don't want to see AI art.
Seeing in their feeds, right? For us to know that, we could only know it if it was something that was being generated by a tool on our platform. More importantly than that, you know, we cannot go and undo what these data sets and models have already done, right? Like, I wish we could. I wish we could go back and prevent them from taking the content that they took against people's consent.
Which is why you did it on your own platform? Like, what the fuck? We understand that people don't want their art used, and we're upset that people can't undo that, which is why we created a program on our platform that makes it so that you can't do that.
So we could, wait, I promise I'll answer all of it. You know, we could build our own model, that's true. We could start from scratch and train our own models and not use those existing models. But doing that would take us probably a couple of years in reality. And that's with a very, very strong AI team.
Oh, it's gonna take us too long to do it in a way that doesn't violate everybody's copyright, so we're just gonna do it anyways.
At DeviantArt.
Fuck's sake.
And if we waited 2 years, who knows what kind of state DeviantArt would be in 2 years from now, right? It means that we would have very little ability to impact at all what was going on the platform and what content is being submitted and how it's being submitted. So we were really left in a very hard position where our choice is either use an existing model, knowing that, yes, it has trained on content without creators' consent, okay, or push out being able to give any kind of protection whatsoever to creators for years.
Okay,
so what we can
but there's
do,
two
though,
issues here, though, is like one, wanting to protect artists. Like, yes, I agree, we should, like, that should be a priority. But you also have decided to launch an AI interface that uses Stable Diffusion. So what your decision here was, like, oh, we're going to either get left in the dust, or we're going to use the thing that people are already...
Yeah, like, she's basically saying, oh yeah, like, either we just don't do the thing that's pissing off a bunch of artists and we get left in the technological dust, or we do the thing that's pissing off the artists. Well, wait, what the fuck?
Not get left in the dust. The reason for doing it is, what we're saying is, people are going to use AI art generators anyway, and they're going to submit that content to DeviantArt anyway. Even if we were to say, we ban AI art,
people are going to do shit that pisses off artists and violates their copyright anyway, so why wouldn't we get in on it?
From the platform, people will just submit it and not tag it as AI art, right? There's no way for us to be able to know, especially as these tools improve over time and the image quality gets better and better. It will be near impossible for us to know what was AI art and what wasn't AI art, unless we know how the image was generated. If you're using DreamUp, we know which images were generated with DreamUp. There's no way to avoid the tagging in the system. But more than that, if you go and use any other Stable Diffusion model or platform based on the model or any other AI generator, there is no way for a creator to say, hey, you cannot use my style when you create with this, right? The protections we can implement into our tool by us taking Stable Diffusion is saying, okay, yes, it's Stable Diffusion, but at least we can prevent creators from being hurt further and people now creating art in their style after this model trained on their work against their consent. So if you use DreamUp and the creator said, you cannot use my style, people won't be able to benefit from that and then create work in your style. And even more than that, if Deviant is okay with people creating in their style, we still insist that you credit. It's built into the deviation page. There's no way of avoiding the crediting. And content that will not be credited correctly to the and the prompt is fully displayed. There's no way to remove prompts from the pages. So that ensures that creators get credit if they allow their work to be used for the style reference, and they can also not have their work used. And our hope is, RJ, that instead of people using other tools, okay, and abusing creators, okay, that they can use a more ethical tool and do it in a way that's more fair to creators. More fair, not 100% fair, because unfortunately the reality that we're faced with doesn't really give us an option to do something meaningful to actually help DeviantArt, okay, without having to rely on those existing models. We are, by the way, and I don't know if Peter's here, I'm going to ask him to jump on in a second and talk to this better than me. So Peter's head of artificial intelligence at DeviantArt, and he's actually working on a request to change the code of Stable Diffusion in the dataset, how it works, so that it will respect the no AI flags that we're adding onto DeviantArt.
Okay.
Right.
Again,
so
that's all well and good what you've described here. That's not the concern. The concern is what you guys have just done. Is you have released Stable Diffusion to make it even easier for people to use, for amateur artists, for anybody who has DeviantArt. Now they can use this. Like right now, before Stable Diffusion, you have to join a Discord server, or you have to have some technical know-how to get it to run on your home rig with like enough of a powerful rig.
No, you can use Stable Diffusion through many, many different platforms like Night Cafe and others. It's very easy to access.
But yeah, it is now even easier to access because you have brought it to DeviantArt. And
RJ,
all of your
what it is,
what
it is making sure it's clear on DeviantArt, right?
Yeah, okay,
that art is already being submitted on DeviantArt, right? It's already being submitted on DeviantArt. But right now, it's either not tagged correctly, and then we can't properly allow you, if you don't like AR, to turn it off in your feeds, Okay, there's no credit given to the artist whose work was referenced in the styles. There's no way for creators to opt out from being used on those platforms. There's absolutely nothing. So,
but all this does is protect. Like, this is like specific to the DeviantArt ecosystem now. Like, if somebody just, if they generate something with DreamUp, then they screenshot it, then they can upload it to DeviantArt without doing any of this tag stuff, and all of this like metadata is not there anymore. Like, this isn't really a solution to anything. This doesn't actually protect anybody beyond just like adding attribution on the DeviantArt page, if they even choose to submit to DeviantArt at all. Like, I don't really understand.
I hear your frustration there. I think, on this, RJ,
you keep interrupting
for us,
him.
the everyday challenge that we face around any content submitted on the platform, whether it comes to infringement or whether it comes to, meeting our terms of service and making sure that it's content that isn't abusive or, against our policies. There are so many ways that people on the web can get around and do things that they're not supposed to do. And it's our responsibility as a platform and our challenge every day to figure out ways through technology and through our customer support team and our moderators and our community volunteers, okay, to make sure that people are abiding by the rules and submitting according to the terms of service, right?
But I also think what we can do is we can at least try to put the weight of DeviantArt taking a stance behind it, right? Even though you're right, we can't change what other people are doing directly. We can't prevent them from taking screenshots and posting to us and so on, but we can at least say, hey, that's not okay if you're doing it, right?
Okay, but your stance now is just, hey, AI...
We can't stop it. We can just say it's bad. Well then, what the fuck is the point of you?
Is great, make it with us. Like, that's
no,
not really...
we're not in general, right? We're saying there should be tools around AI art and standards around AI art that give the artists control over whether they want to be included in this endeavor or not. And right now,
which is why you completely removed control for everyone on the platform to have their work put into this AI system. Like, nobody fucking said that they wanted their work in, then you put it in anyways, and only after the fact can they opt out.
No, there aren't. And we're trying to introduce some that hopefully will get adopted again.
And like, they can't opt out of the stuff that's already been used to train the AI. They can only opt out of their future works being used. So like, they already did the thing that they said they didn't want artists to have to experience.
All we can do is say, like, we think they should be adopted, and say, and then let's give the artist the choice.
That didn't give them the choice.
I am on board with the idea of you guys like putting a system in place to like let you know if your artwork has been used this way. Like, that's not really the issue here. It's like,
but it's not just letting you know. It's like trying to give you control, right? Trying to say if this
but
flag
what
is
I don't understand
served
is
with your image, you shouldn't be using it to train a model, right?
Of course. But like right now, like the way, art theft works on DeviantArt, like before the DeviantArt protecting, like it was all basically like, crowdsourced. Like people would find your work and be like, hey, that's, and they would tag the artist and be like, hey, your work's being stolen here. So what I don't understand is why can't there just be like, a category for AI art, and that you should have the ability to block seeing this category if you so choose.
That's sort of what we introduced today, right?
Right, but RJ, you assume that people, when they upload the work, will tag it correctly as AI. For us to have a category like that, we need to know what the art actually is. Now, not everyone is doing it with ill intent either, by the way, right? Somebody uploads, they submit a deviation. They don't necessarily tag it with the tool that they used, with the camera that they took the photo, with Photoshop, with the AI. Sometimes people tag correctly and sometimes they don't. Even if we were to try and use...
But like historically on the platform, if somebody like uploaded an illustration to the photography category or whatever, like people can report that and be like, hey, this is like miscategorized. Why is that?
Sure, but RJ, how will you know that it's AI art? How will you know? Some pieces, I agree, you can look at them and tell, but especially now as it's progressing, it gets harder and harder every day to be able to tell.
And we're not just seeing that it's getting harder to tell for people, but it's so the less like this you can do on the AI topic right now is actually stronger than just tags. We do have machine learning models there that try to detect what AI art is, but the problem is that it's very hard to keep up with the speed these models are developing at, right? Like they're getting better every day almost, and we can't like successfully identify everything anymore. It's just not possible because they're getting just so good. At least they're changing so much that we can tell and our models can tell what AI art is.
Sure. I mean, like that is a problem. Like if you reach the singularity of the point where like a discerning artist cannot tell that this is AI, like,
but we're there.
That's
RJ,
not really
RJ, this is Mote, and then we're there. And it's, if we're not there, it's going to be very, very soon that we'll not be able to do that. So only if we can be at the beginning of the creation process with this tool, we'll be able to guarantee that what you're seeing is AI and tag it correctly and let you browse art the way you want and tag people correctly and give people the credit correctly. We are the only, look, I think AI, we like it or not, it doesn't matter. It's evolution, it's coming full force. And very soon it's going to be part of Photoshop. There are talks about integration to Photoshop, to Canva, and other tools. It's happening. I like it, I don't like it, doesn't matter. It's bigger forces than us. And we are the only platform coming and putting front and center the issues of consent, the issue of getting artists the right credit when they're using their style, the issue or the ability for people to opt out of other creators or other people to use their style. We are the only platform who's doing that. When you submit today to Twitter, to Instagram, to Facebook, whatever, nobody even, they don't even care that those platforms, or I don't know that they care if those data sets are taking your images, right? We are the only platform, and this is why I actually want your help here, because we're coming and saying, this is important. You need to listen to what artists want, what creators want. You cannot ignore that. You've ignored it in the past. Fine, you had some
If this was their mentality from the beginning, I don't understand why they couldn't first introduce the notion to the community so that people could then decide for themselves whether or not they thought that this was a good idea and decide to opt in or opt out. Like, their whole thing is like, oh, we want to give artists the choice. We want to give them the choice. We want to give them the choice. But the first thing they do in creating the system was not give anyone on the platform a fucking choice in whether their work was used to train the AI. Like, this doesn't make any sense. You keep saying, oh, we want to give them the choice, but then the first thing you did was remove their option for choice.
The benefit of doubt, you didn't ask for permission, now you're asking for apology. Fine. The reason why we're using Stable Diffusion, because it's the only option for us to take an open source and modify it so we can put the checks and balances inside. The other platforms or the other companies do not allow it. It's centralized companies with closed models. I'll take Midjourney, for example. We cannot modify
what flavors are these?
So we're taking a version. And by the way, that was my decision. I mean, that's our decision by me as the CEO.
I assume the green and pink one is watermelon. Oh, now I want to make tea. Fuck. Okay, I have candy canes.
My decision to take Stable Diffusion because it's the only option that we can take and modify it and put those checks and balances. And I'll put in front of the world to say, okay, AI is here. We're not going to ban it.
What a fucking defeatist mentality. Like, it was our only option. No, it fucking wasn't.
Never been.
Like, even just in this stream, I have provided another option. Tell people you were going to do this ahead of time. Tell them what the intentions were with doing it, and then give them the option to opt in or out. Don't just do it without them knowing and then say, oh yeah, we did this, by the way. Now you can decide if you want in or out. After we've already used all the artwork you've put on our site to train. Like, why the fuck would anyone continue to use the site service at this point? Make some tea? I would have to go downstairs. Oh, you know what? Hang on, give me a second. You know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll go boil some water. But you know exactly what I'm gonna do. You know exactly what I'll be right back. something strange in your Discord chats, what you gonna say? Fuck, Fago! If there's something weird and it don't look good, what you gonna say? Fuck, Fago! I'm afraid of Fagos. I'm afraid of Fagos. Fuck, Fagos! Make-believe girl breaking in your door. What you gonna say? Fuck, Fagos! She got on kid, did some fucked up shit. What you gonna say? Fuck, Fagos! I'm afraid of Fagos. I'm afraid of Fagos. Timona's all comfy on my pillows in my sweater. Okay.
And was censored anything that were used for creativity for the last 22 years, and we're not going to do it now.
Yeah, no, I'm not a part of the discussion. I'm listening to an interview between RJ Palmer and some of the heads of DeviantArt, because I heard there was a recording of it, and I am intrigued. I got here 10 minutes after stream. Yeah, no worries. Didn't most artists already move off DA? Like, I followed some already on Instagram and Tumblr. Yeah, there are some people who, like, don't use their DeviantArt accounts anymore, which, like, there should have been some sort of thing that prevented inactive accounts from opting in without their consent. Because, like, like, this shit's ridiculous.
But this is the first time that we need to respect artist decision, how those images are being used. And I want your help to elevate.
We want to respect artist decision, which is why we didn't respect all of the artists who blatantly didn't want their art used in any AI program by using their art in our AI program. Fucking brilliant.
Issue. And to put pressure on those AI companies to respect those tags, and to other platforms for creators to respect and to follow the AI tags and to implement that as well. That's the only option, because if now you're deciding, someone will decide, okay, I'm not going to post the DeviantArt, I'll post it to whatever, any other platform.
So rather than trying to suss out some additional manner to figure out if artwork is used or created by an AI generator, you just decided, oh, well, we're going to create our own AI generator and hope that people use that one instead, despite the fact that this one apparently forces you to acknowledge that your work is AI generated, which a lot of AI generator bros don't want to do, meaning they're probably not going to fucking use it. Brilliant.
Image dataset will take it from there, and they have zero indication whether you like it to be trained on AI or not. And it will take long time until regulation will kick in and will say this is not a fair use or it is a fair use.
Fucking, it's gonna take too long for regulation to kick in and, like, you know, protect artists' rights, so we're just gonna exploit that time period. That's all I'm hearing from that.
So
like, what if legislation comes out and says that, like, all of these AI generators are, like, not unconstitutional, but they violate copyright? What the fuck is DeviantArt gonna do then? Like, how are you gonna get around that at that point? You would have to acknowledge, yeah, we jumped into a system that is blatantly violating our artists' copyright. Our artists are telling us it's violating their copyright, but we're gonna wait until the government tells us it's not okay to do it. Like, come the fuck on. Like, you know that this is violating copyright, and you're just doing it anyways because everybody else is doing it. Like, if everybody else jumped off a fucking bridge, would you do that too?
That is doing that. Help us push, and we need to better communicate. And by the way, within the next 30 to 40 minutes, we're going to introduce the bulk. We're going to introduce on the settings of your account, each one of the creators will be able to, with one checkbox, to designate for all the previous images and submissions. You don't need to go one by one. Yeah, we thought we didn't think about. We moved very fast, and we wanted to put that in front of everyone and take a lot of pride of the fact that we are the only platform putting.
We moved very fast, so you didn't take the time to suss out the details before you forced this upon the entire fucking website. Good.
Checks and balances front and center. So within the next hour, it's going to be, and you'll be able to go to your account and check on the account setting. I think the team is already updating the journal to provide this information, and it's going to roll out. And if you don't want those AI companies or data sets to, you'll be able to signal that to them on everything else, not just on future submissions. And we are the only companies doing that.
No, like your whole message here about like wanting to get out ahead of this, like I agree with that. This is the exact sort of like trying to find a way to regulate.
Yeah, RJ Plumber's got a point. Like I agree with the. Am I still active on DeviantArt? I mean, only in that every once in a while I'll go on there to put something on it. People screaming at me in DMs to help them has sort of driven me off of my originally most frequent platform. But yeah, like RJ Palmer's got a good point. Like I understand the want to get ahead of it, but getting ahead of it should not have involved doing the same fucking thing that everyone is pissed off at. That's not getting ahead of it. That's going along with the crowd. Getting ahead of it would have been like figuring out how to determine when AI pieces are submitted to the site. Like the fucking, oh my god.
This that I've been shouting at the mountains for, but like, man,
so
like,
we're
the
with
way
you.
that you guys like put this out and messages like. And launching it alongside the Stable Diffusion interface, like that has such bad like messaging and optics here. Like, if you had wanted to do this way, like why did you not set it everything is opted?
Listen, RJ, we fully take the feedback here that we didn't message this as well as we could.
Like they keep interrupting him before he finishes his goddamn questions.
Could have. Obviously, it really was not intentional. We're trying to communicate what we're doing here and all of the intents around it. So I agree.
You're trying to communicate after the fact. You didn't communicate this shit leading up to using everyone's fucking art. Like, unless I missed out on that. I certainly don't remember that being communicated beforehand. Thank you.
Do you need like sugar or milk?
No, not for this one. And the candy cane will act as sugar in and of itself. Yeah, I don't have any of my normal, what's it called? Earl Grey vanilla, so I'm just using cinnamon. Ah, the bottom's wet.
We're working on updating the journals to help clarify all the issues and explain better where stuff needs to be explained. So, it's a really, really complex topic to cover.
I know.
Which is why you rushed it.
And I like you use a lot of
everything they say just compounds the fact that this was not the way to go. They're like, oh yeah, we wanted to get ahead of things. This is a really complex issue. So you rushed it. You admit that you rushed it. If it was a complex issue, shouldn't you have taken the time to sort out all the facets?
Of this sort of like corporate speech with me, Liat, like specifically.
Oh, what's going on today? We are listening to DA Live with RJ Palmer discussing DeviantArt's push to create their own AI art generator and without anybody's fucking consent, teaching the AI generator with all of the art that already existed on the site. And them now justifying that decision. That's what we're listening to. I will provide a link to the archive where I'm listening to this so that everybody can listen to it on their own time. There we go. So if you guys want that, that's where it is. That's where I'm listening to it from.
You said earlier that like it needs to be an active artist decision to decide whether or not to opt into this protection or opt out or whatever. However, we're gonna you understand the point I'm trying to say. But you already did make a decision for people.
No, we didn't make a decision. I think, RJ, what I was trying to explain, I think the word opt out was a poor choice of words on our part, right? To be clear, DreamUp does not use any deviations to impact our generator and our models, right? It does not use it at all, regardless of whether you put the flag of the no AI or not on your content. But because we're using Stable Diffusion's model, okay, and we are impacted by the data sets that they choose to use under the model, okay, it's important that all content moving forward from DeviantArt can say whether it wants to end up ultimately in one of these models or not, right? So it's not for us to, so what I was trying to say to you, RJ, just to be clear, what I was trying to say to you is it's not for us as DeviantArt to decide by default that you want to remove your art from a data set, right? We cannot decide that by default it should be out and only if users want to put it in. It's not even up to us whether it's in the model or not, right? They are coming and scraping the open web. So what we're asking you is we're saying, do you want us to actively add tags to your deviation pages, shouting to anyone who tries to scrape DeviantArt, this content is not allowed to be used for training?
That's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard. Like, I'm sorry. Artists who actively say that they don't want their work to be used in AI generators often end up becoming harassed by AI bros who just want to fucking spite them. If anything, this is going to make the problem worse.
Data models. By the way, do you even, RJ, do you even understand?
Because now the AI bros will know exactly who doesn't want their content used. They know exactly who to go to piss off the most.
That we're doing something that's got nothing to do with DeviantArt. It's got nothing to do with DreamUp. We never, ever agreed for these models to come and take content from DeviantArt. Okay, we're fighting the battle alongside you. We're going beyond to say, you know what, because we're DeviantArt, because we have the scale of creators and content on the platform that we do, we're going to put leverage behind that so that they can't ignore creators anymore, right? Right now, how can you guys even complain to these AI platforms, right? What are you going to do? You have to put out a tweet hoping that somebody takes notice of you, or go send an email to a support center that never answers you. There's no way for you to opt out.
Yeah, and I'm fucking sure that your system is going to do so much better, huh?
Out of anything, right? That's what we're trying to do there. So what I was trying to say to you is we cannot decide for you, but 100% it's
But you can, because you already have. When you did the DeviantArt Protect against the NFT stuff, that was turned on by default. I don't understand why you can't do that here, especially for artists who don't use the platform anymore.
No, it's not. It's not the same thing, RJ. We cannot add. It's like me deciding that you want your deviation to have certain licensing or copyright on it. It's a usage right. You need to decide for yourself, okay, how you agree for your art to be used. DeviantArt cannot decide that for you.
So then what you need to do is you need to put out like a message in everybody's notifications that lays this out to them, and then give them a yes or no if they want all of their like existing deviations.
That's a really good idea. It's a really good idea. By the way, Moti said before, in the next hour we
I guess obviously something you didn't consider.
We'll have a single setting under your settings section, and we will send out a notification linking people directly to that setting as you suggest.
And to be clear too here, that it's a bit different from the Protect case, right? Because at least in the Protect case, there are laws around what's right, and you could go file a DMCA, right? So there's at least some established legal precedent that, hey, this is actually not okay. There is, as far as I'm aware, I'm not a lawyer, there isn't any such thing for this use case right now.
Yeah, why the fuck is DeviantArt's lawyer not coming in and talking to us? Like, we're talking about artists, like, effectively every artist on the website's copyright. Why the fuck is a lawyer not coming in and talking about this?
More than that, Peter, it's even more than that.
Right.
When we can give you the alert of potential infringement, we cannot submit the DMCA on your behalf. It's exactly that. You need to say, oh, you know what? It's out in preview, and yes, I want to file a DMCA. It's not DeviantArt to make the decision.
So as we're proposing what is a voluntary standard, we also have to make sure that people have reason to take it seriously, right? And if we just say nothing on DeviantArt may ever be used in this way ever, I doubt that we will get traction, right? Like it has to be meaningful that the artist said, no, I don't want this. Not just like a blanket, okay, like, you know, that's not gonna fly.
What the fuck do you mean it wouldn't matter if we as a website took a stand and said it wasn't okay to use art? Did I fucking hear that wrong? Did he just say it wouldn't make sense for the hosting platform to say that it wasn't okay for people to use the art that was hosted on that platform in ways that the artist didn't consent to? Like, only the artists can say that? Yeah, am I having a fucking stroke? Why is it not okay for you to say, yeah, like, it's not okay for people to use our website in this fashion?
Because we don't have that power. And that's why if you put out, like, you know, a message to everyone that says, hey, do you want this? Yeah, I think that's like an acceptable compromise. But like,
absolutely,
I think this is a good idea.
Very aware of this, right?
This is a great idea. We'll put notification. We'll make sure everyone is aware, and let people make their decision, and we'll make sure that it's being communicated.
Fucking, again, they're like, oh, this is a great idea. Like, now we'll put out a notification and do it. So you did rush this shit. You weren't fully thinking about all the facets before you went ahead and did this.
To those AI companies. But I'm going again, this is something that you'll need to help us to put the pressure on all the platforms that are in this domain. Again, AI companies, dataset images, and other platforms for creators. We cannot win this by ourselves. We cannot own the web.
And maybe to mention again, too, where we can do this, we are already doing this. I mean, obviously, we're talking to some of these companies, but we are also actually, you know, trying to get them to accept modifications to their data set collection code that already respects this flag. You know, whether it comes from DeviantArt or not, if it's in there, then the next time they run their data collection, it shouldn't take any images that are flagged in such a way.
But they're already in there. Is the thing. Like, so, but like that.
Yeah. I mean, we
have to understand how that is still like a concern to artists. Like, you are like using.
RJ, of course it's a concern.
Oh my
of course
God,
it's a concern,
bitch,
and it should be.
Fucking talk. I can't stand this bitch.
Right?
But it feels like an ethical line that has been crossed here. That you're like, oh, we must protect artists, but first we're going to build a tool that uses their stuff that's already been taken. Like,
no,
you see how this feels like mixed messaging,
yes,
right?
yes, RJ, I totally get where you're coming from. I want to just add on here the clarification. What we're saying is, by us having the tool, what we can do to kind of undo some of the hurt that's been done by these models and data sets, right? Because you're right, they've already trained on your content, right? They already took it. That's not something DeviantArt can ever undo them having done, okay?
Well, no, but you are also, it's not that, I'm not asking you guys to undo it, but what you are doing now is just jumping in and using it anyways. Because like, you're like, oh, you know, spilled milk was already there. We may as well lick it up off the floor. Like, this sucks, man. Like,
No. But the difference is that now we're taking those models. Sorry about the echo. Now we're taking the model and we can put the other checks and balances, right, in the style of, and crediting and tagging and better browsing. We can do it with our own model. This is what Liat referred at the beginning of the conversation, that if we wanted to do something from the start.
All of these models violate artistic copyright, but our model is better. Okay, cool.
It will take us 2-3 years to get there. And by then, everything that we've mentioned will not be possible. So yes, it's two different things that we're doing. One is that no AI tag, and the other one is providing a tool that at least there is some kind of a fair usage into it as a first step. Now,
okay, but so this, this 2 to 3 years figure you keep mentioning, like that doesn't sit right with me. Like a friend of mine is like works in AI safety, like, and he has relayed to me that it only took like 6 months to train Stable Diffusion, and like the difference between what DALL-E 2 can do and DALL-E 1 can do, there was only a year apart in those as well. Like, I don't understand why it would take you 2 to 3 years to use like the Stable Diffusion, which is already open source, use that and then make a new data set for it that is not crossing any ethical lines.
Well, we did it for Protect, and it does just, we have a very small AI team of 4 people essentially, and it did take us many months to just get all the infrastructure up to do that right. You need, a lot of GPUs to train.
Then you need to hire a better fucking team.
These models, and a lot of money, honestly, to train these models. But we were willing to spend that in the Protect case. We might be willing to spend that here, but it would certainly delay product launch by months, if not a year at least, in my just technical opinion.
But you see how different the response would be publicly if you came out and you said, hey, this is 100% ethically sourced. Like, we have already asked all the deviants if we can use their stuff, and then we have like made deals with whatever, like, you guys can find your own like stock photo websites or whatever to make deals with. Like, and then you come out and you say, hey, here's the tool that you guys, if you want to play with AI, you can do so freely here and not feel bad about it. And then you get like a big fucking PR win instead of getting like thousands of like quote retweets today.
Yeah, I think it's purely a question of like, it would be a long delay, right? Like, we'd have to first implement everything that we just did with the flag and everything, and then get everybody to set the flag appropriately on DeviantArt, which is probably a several month effort right there, and then start collecting even the data set to start training the model. I don't know. I mean, it's just a long delay. It's entirely possible, but I'm just afraid it would be just too late.
Can I speak as an artist? That I'm also on DeviantArt and the DeviantArt collector. I think you had a lot of time to talk. Can you let now also artists talk? I think you clearly explained your point. I think everybody understands your point. Can I also chip in at this point?
I brought you up here because I wanted to level the artist DeviantArt representation. So please chip in and let's just we'll try to organize a little bit so there's more of a back and forth and less of a So please, Sim, love to hear from you.
I'm getting backlash. Also, I just want to say that I'm also getting a little bit of backlash as well. Like, so I just want to say that, like, I think that it's good what the idea of wanting to try new things. I just think that it's important to make things in the right way, though, because like I am on DeviantArt for a long while, and I supported DeviantArt, and I would like to keep doing that. But the problem is that, like, if suddenly something happens like this, and I'm put with the shoulders behind the wall, and it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Sims. Moti, why don't you pick back up? I know you had something you wanted to say there as well.
Yeah, thanks, Sims. No, I just wanted to just a bit of a flavor of what we've seen in the last few months. The amount of AI art submission that we know is increased by 1,000%. I just want to connect back to what Peter mentioned, how long it will take us. So just in the last few months, 1,000% increase of submission of pieces of AI that we know. There is a good amount of...
Motherfucker, I thought you just said you couldn't tell when the art was AI. Now you're saying there's 1,000% increase in AI art submissions? Is it specifically through the service that you gave, or were you lying when you said that you couldn't tell when AI art was being submitted to the site?
Other submissions that are AI as well that we do not know for sure. So we can't 12, 18 months continue let it happen on DeviantArt without tackling, again, the issue of the style of crediting, of tagging, of better browsing. It's not possible. If it's in the last 2-3 months, we've seen that kind of increase. The infiltration of AI.
Have you considered implementing like a maximum uploads per day? Like a lot of these dudes I've seen on, like the front page is flooded with AI generated images. It's just because like these guys get access to Stable Diffusion and they just throw up like 100 pictures in a day.
Look, censoring the amount of submission and understanding exactly if users want to abuse and manipulate, they will always be able to do that, right? And censoring and banning people for submit up until number of submissions, it's not the right way to go. It's just not the right way to go.
I'm not asking you to censor people or ban anybody for it, but like who needs to upload more than 10 illustrations a day, right? Like you can find a number that feels fine and normal. Maybe it's 50 or whatever. Like you don't need to let.
But then those 50 might be AI, and people will open alt accounts and will create more. Or RJ, we've seen so much in the last 20 years.
So your response to not limiting like the number of illustrations that people can upload so that AI bros can't spam is, oh well, they're just gonna make more accounts. Why the fuck does anyone even bother at that point?
Find loopholes and bypass whatever rules.
And to be clear, the problem is also not just submission volume. It's also that people interact with it, right? And are,
but they're interacting because it's being shown to them, because it's making it their way, to their front page, because it is pulling from whatever interests that they may have, like, content curated already. So like.
And now we will have a better way. You're right. And now we'll have a better way to understand exactly what is AI and what is not AI, and give you to your homepage, if you prefer not to consume AI, an experience that exclude all those pieces. And for people that want to see it, there is no misleading anymore when it comes to the AI. That's the key. There is no misleading. You cannot change the tagging. You cannot change the
fact that you just indicated that like AI bros can still go onto the site and upload shit, and they don't have to use the DeviantArt AI system. Like, all you've created is another way for them to utilize people's art. And been like, oh, well, see, if they use our thing specifically, it's fine, because you can opt out and it'll be tagged properly. And it's like, okay, but what if they're not using your service, dumbass? It's not like they're being forced to. If they don't want to tag it, they can just use something else and then upload it and pretend like it's an original piece. This doesn't fix anything.
That's only, again, if they make it with your version of Stable Diffusion. If they are using their own Stable Diffusion, or if they're using my Midjourney or whatever, like, that's not going to stop this.
True. And this is where I'm coming back and saying we are the first platform that actually put those checks and balances into the tool. Let's make sure, help us, and all the artists in this Twitter space, help us to put the pressure that DeviantArt is not the only platform that do it.
Why the fuck would anybody help you at this point when you just betrayed your entire user base? Why the fuck would anyone give a shit anymore?
Help us, please.
And honestly, like, we,
Oh, gee, maybe that should have been something you asked from the community before you betrayed their trust entirely. Hubbadur.
Again, like, the filter we're adding, the less like this, is broader than our own stuff, so it should catch a good chunk of things submitted from Midjourney. And honestly, RJ, if we really believe that capping the number of submissions would just like lower the volume of art, and now those were the people we would like actually be catching with that, we would probably do it, right? But whenever we do something like that, it usually hurts a lot of people that we didn't think about more than the people we did mean to limit.
So, like, there's no way for us to stop the AI bro shit from happening. So in that case, if you recognize that there's no way for you to stop it, why would you not instead work on methods of detecting it? Because that is the real core of the fucking issue. All you've done is provide other ways that people can do it. And you say, our way is better because blah, blah, blah. It's really not.
Understand, like, this is just like off the top of my head here, and of course there could be.
Plus, like, if your way specifically goes against what the AI bros' intentions are, they're just not going to use it. Hence, detection is the more obvious route that they obviously should have gone.
Certain creative
obviously
that are making it all by hand, and they still want to submit 50 things a day. But like, this feels like one of those things that you could try out, like not even necessarily tell people, and then like if they reach that limit, you know if they're submitting AI or not, and then they can like appeal to have that limit removed.
RJ, we don't do things without being transparent, right? That's not fair to users either, right? So
just announce that, like, you know, from now on, it's 25 images per day. Like, it feels like not a lot of people are going to.
RJ, I don't think that it's our place to censor what people post.
It's
right?
your fucking website. What do you mean it's not your place to censor what people post on the site? What? I'm sorry, don't you have a stipulation that there's no fucking porn? Isn't that directly you censoring what people are allowed to put on the site? What do you mean it's not your it's your fucking website?
Not censor the type of art and not censor the amount of art.
Fuck
off.
off.
Censor that already. Like, you already have guidelines with, like, you don't allow, you know, full penetration and all, like, sorts of...
Yeah, it's true.
I don't even know why I'm interjecting. It's like every time I interject, RJ interjects like 2 seconds later and says the exact same concern that I had.
There are terms of service. You're right. Okay, as a platform, we need to have policies and guidelines that help to keep the community safe, right? They're there for a reason. Some of them are there because of regulation, and some of them are there to keep the community safe. But beyond that, we never censor what is art, what is not art,
except for porn.
What kinds of genres can be on the platform,
except for porn.
How much art you can put. DeviantArt is not there to be the judge of those things. We do agree that we should try to provide a better way for you to control what you consume on DeviantArt, right? And that goes back to what Motti and Peter were saying about the tagging and the identifying of the AI art, right? We do want to try and make it easy for you to enjoy the kind of art that you want to see and engage with the creators that you want to.
This is infuriating.
I mean, I'm like really trying to hear you out here, but I don't buy it when you say that you are not the arbiter of like how many things somebody can post. This seems like such an easy thing to enact, and I don't think people are going to be mad about it, especially if you're very transparent, like you like to be, about why you're doing it, to limit the amount of oversaturation of AI images. I go to my front page, and I check this, like, you know, a few times a week, and I count the fucking number of deviations that are AI generated, and it's easily 25 to 30% every time.
But to get back to what you're saying, like, I mean, we are trying to give users control in the best way that we can with somewhat sophisticated tool things that we have to see less AI art on their homepage, right? That's what one of the things we released today. And again, like, if there's another way that's better, we would probably give users that control. And you said yourself that maybe just limiting the number of submissions isn't it, right? Like, and I honestly don't think it is. This is the best we honestly could come up with. To let you.
But this is like the same argument.
This was the best we could come up with. You just indicated to us earlier that you are a team of 4. Why the hell wouldn't you have opened this question up to the community before your ignorant team of 4 decided, oh, we can't think of anything better, so let's just go with the stupid-ass fucking idea that we came up with? Why would you not open this up to the community if you've just acknowledged you didn't have enough people to really flesh this out properly?
People use against deplatforming
on your homepage.
Deplatforming, like, people always say, like, if you deplatform somebody, it doesn't really matter because they can just like go somewhere else. But like, it does stop them eventually. Like, Alex Jones was like effectively declawed when he was deplatformed in 2018. Like, this is something that does work. Like, if you make it just a little bit harder, that is going to weed out enough people. Like.
But RJ, we're not trying to weed out
letting people see less of it. Like, is that not a form?
You're not trying to weed out the AI bros who are spamming your site, despite the fact that you just indicated that the reason you were doing that. I thought you said you wanted to stop the quell of AI art being spammed onto the site, and now you're saying you don't want to weed out the AI bros who are spamming art on the site? Huh?
Deplatforming? I guess I'm trying to understand what else we should do.
Like
we're trying to de-promote it for people who don't want to see it. Isn't that exactly what?
Yeah, but having less of it is also like a problem. That's what you should want. You shouldn't want your entire site to be overloaded with these slapdash images that's not getting much traction per image.
But if we're not showing them to people, does it matter? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you don't see that gets submitted every day, right?
But if you're not showing it to people, does it even matter? If the AI art bros aren't able to show off the work that they have created with stolen assets, does it even matter that they're stealing from artists? These people run a fucking art website. Wow.
But
if nobody sees it, who cares?
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't messed around with it yet. The way the no AI thing that you introduced today, it's a tag that you have to take from this DeviantArt journal and then copy and paste it and then go into your settings and then add it to your banned tags list, right?
No, absolutely not. You just turn it on once in your settings, RJ. So you can do it either per deviation or across all your deviations from your settings. We add it to the HTML of the page on your behalf once you've requested to add it. So there's not work for you.
So is there a way to not see AI art then? Or
yes.
How do you do that?
So there's now a topic, AI art, and when you go to it, there's a little pull down.
No, fuck off. There's a way to not see AI art that is specifically made through the DeviantArt AI art generator. If people are uploading AI art from other art generators, not through DeviantArt, and they're not tagging it as AI art, you're still gonna get spammed that shit. Meaning, once again, detection is the fucking key. Not making another system that these idiots can use.
That says, show me less of this type of stuff, and then you should see less of it on your homepage as well
provided
as we could
it was
do.
tagged
we
as
tried
AI
a lot
art.
of stuff, and this is the best we can do, even including things that aren't necessarily tagged as AI art.
RJ, I want to make sure that you understood both of those points, because I felt like they were misconstrued in some tweet context. So if you do have any specific questions about that, please ask them now. I think that you have the room.
No, I think I get it. It's just you have to find the topic on your front page first, right? And then you have to individually click on that topic and tell it you want less of this.
Yeah, it's shared in the journal, RJ. I'll link it to you so that you can follow it. But yeah, you go one time to the topic page, and then you can say that you don't want to see that kind of content anymore.
And we're going to continue to find ways to make the best platform for all artists, people that are using AI and not using AI. And I think that it's not going to be perfect out the gate, but to be a part of the...
Did these guys just lump AI bros in with artists? They said, we're going to do this for all artists, people who use AI and people who don't. So DeviantArt considers people who violate artistic copyright and mash images together with an AI generator through prompts and then just pick the best image as artists. They just told us that they think these people are artists. What the frickety frack is this? This is an interview between a bunch of people from DeviantArt and RJ Palmer talking about the new DeviantArt AI art generator system. And it's, no, none of us are fucking impressed. Oh, it's so hard to identify AI art nowadays. Even AI art that isn't necessarily tagged can be blocked from your homepage. So you can identify AI generated art. Shit! You fucking right. They just admitted they do have some sort of detection system. Maybe, instead of, violating everybody's copyright, maybe you should have developed that detection system to make it fucking better. Their whole thing is like, oh, well, fucking, in 3 years, we don't know. It may not be good enough. But that's why you keep developing it. You don't just develop it once and then stop.
Narrative beats standing on the sidelines, especially for a platform like DA that matters to so many of us. So,
and we know that the topic is visible on your homepage, right? Like if you just go to your homepage and get explore topics, it's, I think, forced to be the first one, so you see it. And if you click on it, you can just say on the 3 dots less like this. So
sure,
but we can promote that more, honestly.
Yeah, that would be great, because there's just so many people that I know, just even me, I've been using the site for 17 years. I have used it actively way less, because every time I go to the front page, quarter of it's AI.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your... we know you've been staying here for a while. Despite the shit show going on a grand 11 months. Let's go! Oh, thank you! Thank you.
I slop, and I don't want to see that shit. And, I block as many people as I can, and I block all these fucking tags, but you only let you block, 100 tags, and everybody tags things differently. You have to tag AI art, AI artist, and then, without the underscore. It's, insane.
Yeah, but, so I really hope the topic helps, because, again, it uses more than just text.
Yeah, and that's great. Again, so none of my issues have necessarily been with your intent behind wanting to protect artists from this future and the way that AI is working right now. I am still very concerned that you guys decided to just jump in and be like, hey, we have a stable diffusion generator that just uses what stable diffusion already has. And that to me feels like you've crossed a line here that takes any goodwill you have from this botched messaging of being oh, we want to protect artists and keep their images out of these data sets, when you're still using a data set that uses the art that's in it. It feels like very mixed messages here, and not in a good way.
RJ, we hear you.
Do
we
you?
hear you, and it's
Do you actually hear him, bitch? Because you keep interrupting him, and I feel like it makes it probably a little difficult.
A very fair and valid point, and one that we debate ourselves, so we understand. Other than, again, reiterating to you, just the reason we're doing that is so that we can prevent artists who don't want their style to be used through these generators from opting out from that, giving credit to artists who are being used and implementing the model in a better way, right? So, if we were not to do that, we would be left with all of the existing situation and all of the frustrations that you've just described, right? So the combination of all these things are meant to improve our ability to identify and tag the AI art, to improve the browsing.
You just fucking told us you had a method to identify it. Oh my God.
To credit artists, to let people opt out where they don't want to be used to inspire in an AI generator, and then ultimately to give you the DeviantArt experience and browsing that you want. But it's not perfect yet.
Okay, so I have a question. So right now, say if somebody didn't get around to opting in to make sure that their artwork wasn't used for these data sets, and then it is used in a future data set, and an image that it's generated with that, it's then submitted to DeviantArt. How is that relayed to the artists that were used? And what is it just because the way AI generators work, they're using thousands, millions, so many images. Is it just going to be a list of 400 artists under the deviation?
No, so I didn't fully understand your question. Are you talking about if somebody is using another generator, not DreamUp?
Oh my God, bitch. He's asking how you're going to credit.
Even if it is DreamUp, because there are so many artists on DeviantArt that do not have, they are not active with their accounts, they are not up to date, so they cannot choose to do this opt into the protection thing. So those people, say in a future version of DreamUp or, Stability AI or whatever is using this data set, their art gets scraped and used for it. And then, like, say maybe
RJ,
years later they come back.
100%. That's
Bitch.
why we're saying we need you.
Let him finish the fucking question. You just said you didn't understand what he was saying, and now you're interrupting him before he finishes the question?
Your help, and we need every other platform's help out there. DeviantArt cannot
really,
solve the web
that's
by
not really
ourselves.
What I'm asking here. What I'm asking is, like, how is this displayed to the artist if they fall victim to this, even though they didn't want it because they never, like, you know, like, say they log into DeviantArt in 5 years after having an account that they didn't log into for 10, and they log in and they're like, oh, what are these notifications?
If you were credited in a deviation that was made with Dreama, you will get a notification. So if
now is that only for people, like, if their name is used in a prompt, or is this going to catch, like, when their deviation is used?
It's when the name is used in a prompt. Your deviation is not used, right? We don't allow people to use a piece of art to generate.
What the that's literally how AI art works. It takes thousands of pieces together, takes the information from it, and uses that to craft something new. I'm sorry, is DeviantArt now telling us that their AI art generator system makes it so that you can specifically copy the art from a single artist because it doesn't use individual pieces? This doesn't make any fucking sense.
I think I understand the question.
I think I understand the question. Good, because the bitch certainly doesn't.
So these models don't contain any particular knowledge about the particular images that they were trained on once they're trained.
But they do, like, still.
I'm sorry. Did they just say that their system has no way of crediting the individual pieces that the AI is trained on? So even if those pieces are used for the creation of something with the prompts and whatnot, you're not going to get credited for it unless they specifically used your name? Are they saying artists are not going to get credit unless someone is specifically trying to mimic their style? So even if your art is used in the process of generation, you're not going to get credit? Despite the fact that we know AI art traces over pre-existing images and just mashes it together to create something new? Seriously? Is that what I'm fucking getting from this?
Like, you still can find out the data set that this image came from.
The data set, sure, yeah.
Yes.
But when you run the model, right, there's no way for you to know which.
It's kind of be like making a collage be a decent explanation for it. It may in instances where the technology actually recognized what a fucking collage was. The problem is AI generators can't differentiate between copyright, like fair use, and copyright infringement. So there have actively been instances where AI art generators have effectively just traced over pre-existing images and slightly changed aspects of the character's, like, hairstyle or clothing. Like, that has already been a problem. And this interview is just telling me that DeviantArt is setting up a system where, like, that problem is going to persist, but you're not going to get credit in instances where that potentially happens. You're only going to get credit in instances where someone is specifically trying to forge your art style. I hate this. Which would be kind of an issue. What if people buy prints of this art thinking they're supporting the original artist when they're not? Exactly.
Particular images it drew from. There are no particular images it drew from. It's just producing something given everything that it's learned, which is now just a bunch of numbers.
But what? There are no particular images that it draws from? Except for every single... What?
It's technically correct if it's drawn from all of them.
There's no particular one image. Fucking... Ugh.
So we can't credit a particular artist when we run the model because we'd have to credit the whole data set every time.
RJ, are you talking about all the counts that do not what will happen to creators that have not logged into DeviantArt for the last 5 years?
Yeah, you haven't been
Whether their
answering that
images
question.
will be used in future models. That I think that's what you're asking, right?
Yes.
How we can. So going back, I'll say it again. We're trying to make a lot of noise, but we're trying to make a lot of outreach through different media outlets, including what we're doing this here with these conversations, and going back to you and fellow creators, use your help us to spread the word that DeviantArt is the only platform that can help you take.
Sake. Oh, what about artists who haven't been on the site in a long time? Well, we're hoping we're gonna cause enough outrage that they'll hear about it anyways. So they don't have a choice. If they don't know that it's going on the site, they have no option to opt out. So I guess for anyone who's what about, he mentioned earlier, what about dead artists? They just have there's nothing they can do. I mean, they're dead. So there's nothing their family or fans can do if they don't have access to the account and can't inherently opt them out. Really? I think it's funny how they flat out lied about image credit. There's no way an AI will recognize the artwork it's taking aspects from. They're straight up making non-fictional Matrix level equipment appear out of thin air whenever someone argues with them. Also love that we would have to credit everyone's art that we use. Basically translates to too difficult, so no. Yeah, fucking really.
Take your art and decide whether it can be used for future models to be trained on that. So if there are accounts or artists that were not active in the last 5 years, I'm sure they're following Twitter. I'm sure they're following you. I'm sure they're following other.
No, of course they're not though. What
about dead artists, you dumb fuck? Your whole thing is oh well, I'm sure they'll hear about it. I'm sure they'll hear about it from somebody. So you have made zero fucking effort to inform your actual user base. Is what I'm hearing from this.
People that are
if you're not actively using the site on a daily basis, you're just fucked, I guess.
That have DeviantArt accounts, that's why I'm very pro, turning this on.
But how can we make the decision for them? How can we make the decision for them? How can we make the decision for anyone?
Your terms of service on the site. I don't understand. I'm not a lawyer here, so maybe I'm out of my depth. But this feels perfectly within the realms of the service that you provide. You already get people's permission to host their images on your servers. This can just be another permission that is in the terms of service. You update the terms of service. You don't have to get dead people's consent when you update the terms of service.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
You don't?
No, it's not going retroactively on everything that was passed before changing. It's going forward. And we can't take responsibility for. Look, if there are people that unfortunately passed away, or I don't know, we'll see what we can do with that, right? And we have some artists, and we know from that unfortunately passed away. So we'll see what we'll do with them. We'll try to connect with their relatives, or to help to help them make the decision whether they want to opt out or not. But the majority of fellow creators are here, alive, thank God. And
how are you supposed to know which artists are dead and which artists are just using other platforms? Your whole thing was oh well, we hope they're gonna hear about it from the outcry. But how do you then know which ones you don't have to contact because they're probably just going to hear it from the outcry, and which ones you do have to contact through family or business services because they have died, they're deceased? How the fuck do you know the difference? You just said that you are hoping that fucking word of mouth will magically spread to these artists so they know what the hell's going on the site. How do you know which artists do not have to be individually contacted?
Encourage you all to come and make a decision how you want those models, if you want those models to train on your data sets or not. This is not for the DeviantArt to make the decision.
Oh my God.
And like, think about it. We are going to be the only platform that protect your pieces.
It's not our decision on whether your art gets used to train data sets or not, which is why we inherently used your art to train our data sets without telling you that we were going to do it. I thought you just said it wasn't your decision. Why'd you fucking do it? Why'd you make the decision if it's not your decision to make? Oops. Like, they're outright saying, yeah, this wasn't our place to do this thing that we've already done and pissed everybody off by doing.
Your art, both from infringement on NFT as well as for training AI models. We're the only one. Like, I understand your frustration and your passion around that, but
do you
take a look around, and there are no other platforms that will let you do that. So I understand the frustration, but how? Like, we're with you.
We fucked you over, but we fucked you over slightly less and in a different way than these other guys. So just like, stop complaining. Why aren't you happy about that? Like, we could have fucked you over extra, but we didn't. Why aren't you happy?
We're in the same side when it comes to those meta tags. Help us bring your fellow creators. Help us to bring fellow creators to decide if they want to submit to tag it or not, and put the pressure on other platforms to follow this initiative. To follow this
and I would be super on board with this if you didn't also launch your Stable Diffusion DreamUp thing. Like, if you were using your own data set, this would be like not the issue that is like happening right now. Like, I have been from the very start being like, yeah, I know AI, we're not getting rid of this, we're not putting this back in the bag, like, but we need regulations. And what you are proposing are regulations here, but you're also like, hey, here's some like ideal regulations, but also we're doing the exact same thing that's been pissing you off. Like,
you're going between, I hear you, but you're going between two different things. From one end, you're saying what's going on with all the past submission, and I'm answering, yeah, I'm trying to provide some kind of a solution to that, and then we're going back to why did you take an open source Stable Diffusion and you introducing it, and there is a reason, different reason why we did that, for the crediting and tagging and the opting out from the style of, because otherwise people will go to the Mid Journeys of the world and create art in your style over there.
Motherfucker, if they don't want to be forcibly tagged by DeviantArt system, they're gonna go use Mid Journey and other art generators anyways.
There, without giving you credit or without giving you even the option to say do not use it.
I just want to jump in real quick, RJ, and I want to thank you for
this is so stupid. Like, if AI bros don't want to credit the artists, they don't want you knowing that it's AI art, they're not going to use DeviantArt system, period.
Taking the time to get up here on this stage and have this conversation, and of course, you know, we got some of the exec team up here, and I think that's also equally as brave, and thank you guys so much for doing that. I feel like you came in and were multiple concerns, and it's narrowed down to one, which feels like progress, at least. And again, there's no perfect solution, and we're going to continue to work. I'd like to use this stage to bring a couple other people up and just give the opportunity for artists to speak on behalf of themselves, and before we wrap. Snuffles, I see you as well. So yeah. Justin, Eric, you're both up here. Please, if you guys want to chime in as well, and RJ, of course, chime in when you see fit.
Justin, you can go ahead. I missed the beginning of the discussion, so I'm missing a little bit of context to be able to contribute. I was interested in hearing RJ's questions about this and his concerns about it. RJ, can I ask you a question? Like, what would be your ideal outcome here? Because I'm trying to think of one as well. Like, what you said about artists who aren't active on the site or aren't able to change their settings anymore, not being able to actually really make a decision about participating. Well, can you think of a way to do it? Like, would it just be everyone opts out and then opt in? Because that
yes.
I mean, that's my ideal, but like they've explained that seems not doable. I guess from a legal perspective, the sort of compromise that we discussed earlier was like they're going to put out, a message and like explain it to everybody, and then give them a yes or no, like, do you want all your deviations in or out of this? And like, I think that's a good compromise. My preferred outcome here would be to shelve the DreamUp project until it gets a proprietary, ethically sourced image data set that didn't come from the Lion 5B set that Stable Diffusion is using.
Yeah, that I mean, I can see the sense in that for sure. My biggest concern about the launch is just that opting out seems difficult at the moment. From the conversations I've had with the team, it sounds like the tools are coming, but per our discussion earlier, I agree that launching with those tools would have been an ideal outcome to be able.
Why the fuck didn't they just wait until they had all the necessary aspects? Like, the fact that they launched it without having the opt-out thing implemented, I think is already a huge red flag and a problem.
To easily not participate.
And Justin, just because you missed the first part, we're actually introducing that within the next hour or two. We'll introduce a tool that on your account settings, you'll be able to, and with one click, with one checkbox, you'll be able to state on all your deviations, on all your past deviations, to be tagged with no AI. So this is being taken care of.
That's phenomenal. That's a great outcome. See, Eric, you should have gone first. You could have said something intelligent.
I mean, I was going to ask the same thing, but in the same boat, I think, like...
I love the fucking, you should have gone first, you could have said something intelligent. Fucking immediately comes in with, like, the least intelligent thing that you could have said.
One big matter of the heart to all artists of all walks is the fact that, you know, platforms like DeviantArt have been around for over 20 years at this point. You look at Tumblr, Behance, Cargo, etc. You know, once something's published, you can still use Wayback Machines and archival machines to pull up things, even if there's no server or hosting or website to actually dig through that content. And I think the hard part is there's no way to shake up / stimulate the box of everybody that's ever registered and published anything ever on DeviantArt. And so to have like a uniform solution or universal solution by an opt-in or opt-out switch, I think that just, it seems unrealistic, because you wouldn't have everybody do it, and there just wouldn't be a way to have everybody do it. But then the hard part, again, which is also the case in sampling and in music, where, you know, years and years later, people are getting sued for one little usage of 2 seconds of a track, is the fact that, like, the traceability and trackability of this stuff, as more and more AI platforms exist, is going to become even more and more difficult to find what these images are sourced from or derived from. So it's, I don't want to say it's a lost cause, but it's like, it's such a difficult thing to find a solution for that works for everybody, because like there's 7 new apps per week that come out utilizing similar aggregators and similar appropriators of content, similar to your Wombo and your Midjourney and your Dale and so on and so forth. So it's just like, I'd be curious of asking in a similar way, RJ, if you feel like, do you think it's a lost cause? Because in the next couple of years, we're going to be at a point, maybe it won't even take a couple of years, but we won't really be at a point of being able to pull back anything or actually, like, you know, protect the IP. Like, I think do you see like a silver lining?
I mean, I've been pretty pessimistic since I first saw, you know, what DALL-E 2 could do. I mean, again, I want to stress that, like, the intentions behind, like, some of the programs that are being put into effect, like, those seem fine. Like, the idea of being able to credit somebody when they're using a prompt like that is cool. It doesn't feel good when it's coupled with a new AI like platform for DeviantArt. Like, that feels like, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
But we can't enable it without it. I understand. Yeah, this is, you know, that's the compromise. that we need to do.
We
can't,
of course.
We can't in the style off, and we cannot tag and give the credit. And by the way, the credit is not just, it's not just a text. The credit takes specifically to the profile of the artist, that it was, inspiring, creating some kind, at least, of flow of traffic for, artists that want to let other people create in their style. So at least they will get a lot of, hopefully a lot of traffic, because they're inspiring many other creators. So perfect, of course not. Less than perfect. We cannot change the past, but I'm saying that again, and we're the only platform or only tool that is actually doing that. And I think seeing more the Wombo's AIs and other night couples.
Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, the music industry would have absolutely destroyed AI bros if they tried anything close to this. The music industry is a bunch of fuckwits with copyright, but damn, they would have shot this down so fast. The only reason they're getting away with this here is because visual artists don't have the same monumental sway as the music industry. That is completely fucking true.
Other platforms adopting that, so there is some kind of a fair usage, providing creators the ability to opt out of that is critical. And we're doing that and we wanted to do it fast, because otherwise it might be too late. And then going back to all of you artists here.
What do you mean it might be too late? You just indicated that there are like however many other different services doing this. And you're like, oh, well, if we didn't get our service out, it would have been too late. Because, like, if people wanted to use an artist's work and the artist opted out of using the work on DeviantArt, they could literally just go to a different service and feed that artist's work into that service instead. How does this actively change anything? How does this fix the issue outside of just protecting your ass on your website? And it doesn't even do that because you're still violating copyright by doing this.
Help us with the pressure. Help us, we cannot do it by ourselves.
Help us after we fucked you over.
We do not own the web. We do not own all the other creator platforms. So what we can do is just show a little bit of how it's supposed to be done, and don't be angry at us. Help us to push other tools and platforms to incorporate that. And
I was just joking, but it really be, yeah, we fucked you over, but don't be angry at us. Help us. After we fucked you over, help us. Why would anyone do that? Why would anyone try to help you after you've just indicated you fucked them all over and you weren't thinking things through and you rushed this shit?
This is phase one. This is just the start of what we want to do and putting those checks and balances in place. Sooner we wanted to do it as soon as possible so we can put the pressure and continue evolving and developing those safety and checks and balances. Anyway.
Okay, they keep saying, "Oh, we're going to put the pressure on other AI generators. We're going to put the pressure on other companies." How does this put pressure on other companies? What about this system forces them to stop using an artist's work without permission? Nothing about this actually puts pressure on other companies using creating AI generators.
Well, and again, you guys you need to not use the Stable Diffusion Lion 5B training set. Make your own training set, and the artist community would be on your side. Like, if you came out with a way to be like, hey, we can protect you and make sure that you know when your work is being used in a trading set without your permission, and also we have a way to do this like that is ethically sourced, especially because you said, it could take like a year or two. By that time, enough artists might have succumb to the idea that this is going to be a part of the future of this industry, and that you need to understand that AI is here. But if you want to use it ethically, DeviantArt has a way for you to do that.
I hate to do this, but I think we kind of have to wrap up here. We have a lot of work to do, as has been made clear. So we got to get to it. I do want to say that again, thanking everybody that showed up here. We're going to continue the conversation. And everyone that has requested, come next week. Let's talk about it some more. I also want to say that, while this might not be the most perfect solution, you can do nothing, and your art's going to continue to get scraped without permission and without our permission from DeviantArt, from Pinterest, from ArtStation, from everywhere. Or you can check no AI in your settings on DeviantArt, and we're going to do our best and push for AI generators to stop. And that's kind of, I think, Moti's plea as well, is like,
but how does this push for other AI generator systems to stop? Like, even if we were to believe that DeviantArt using the Stable Diffusion system and implicating or indicating to Stable Diffusion which artists do and do not want their work being used, how is that going to stop other AI art generators or other AI bros from feeding in that exact same fucking work? Literally, how is this going to stop that process? You indicate that it's going to happen anyways, so how is what you're doing, following along with the trend, stopping that from happening? It's not. All it does is do it for DeviantArt. DeviantArt exclusively.
If this is a problem, we see it's a problem, and we're giving you a flag to raise with us. Again, nothing is a perfect solution. But I do think that it is the step there. I do want to give everyone a chance to just kind of say final piece before we have to break. And we are going to be live again in an hour, on camera this time, making llamas, hopefully having some fun. And I encourage you guys all to jump in on that as well. We'll have mods in the chat, and we can continue chatting as well. So with that, I pass it around for everyone to kind of say goodbyes. Justin, why don't you kick us off?
I enjoyed listening to this. I have, my own opinions and feelings about all of this. It was great to see them addressed and represented so well by RJ and then answered by the team. So thanks for that. I think there's more conversation to come, and I wish I'd caught the start of this. I shouldn't be talking.
Moti, if you want to speak on kind of behalf of Liat as well, and then RJ, I want to let you speak as well.
Yeah. This is just recapping. This is far from being optimal or ideal, but this is, I feel personally, this is the first step of addressing artist concerns, frustrations, and providing a little bit of checks and balances and tools to opt out or to get the right crate, the right tagging. And we'll continue to develop that, like you said, right? This is step one. But at least we're putting the issues of AI front and center for the first time, the only platform. So hope to get some support to put the pressure on other platforms as well, whether it's AI like Midjourney or Wombo or...
I'm not even fucking sorry about this. DeviantArt is not going to put the pressure on other people. The only thing that will put the pressure is government legislation, which DeviantArt obviously isn't fucking bothering with. Like, DeviantArt should be appealing to legislators, not jumping on the trend and being like, oh, we're trying to help, No, it would be helpful if you got the government involved and told them what was going on and encouraged them to help fucking actual artists protect their copyright and... This is infuriating.
Creative platforms.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for talking, I guess, publicly, so we can try and figure some of this out. I'm glad that you said you're gonna put out a notification to everybody to like make sure they understand and get a checkbox to say yes or no if they want their images in there. Looking forward to seeing that as soon as possible. I'm still very concerned about using the Lion 5B set from Stable Diffusion, but sounds like I can't change your guys' mind, so I guess that's my piece.
RJ, thank you. And I wouldn't say you can't change our mind, right? We're starting with a certain model at the moment, but like Peter said, we're always working to develop additional stuff. So
you've indicated you have a tiny ass fucking staff. You clearly came to a conclusion that a bunch of artists on your site fucking hate and have voiced the fact that they fucking hate it. And you're like, yeah, well, you can't change our minds. Well, then what the fuck is the point? You're clearly not listening to the artists you're claiming to want to protect. So, what the fuck is the point?
If that becomes an option, we might still be able to get there. But I know it's a really challenging topic, and especially for creators, it comes with a lot of complex issues that you guys have to deal with. So, RJ, we always appreciate your feedback and hearing from you and Justin and everyone else on the call. So thank you guys for the time and the input, and we'll keep talking.
Ugh. What the fuck is the point of continuous you just said we can't change your mind. What is the point of talking to you if we can't change your fucking mind? Oh my god, I can't stand this. Like, this is so stupid. It was the Aaron Hansen thing. This is such garbage! This is such garbage! That.
Thank you guys all for joining. Tune in next week because we're going to have Elon on and be talking about the blue checks. I'm kidding. Sorry. Just a little humor to end the space. I love you guys. RJ, I can't thank you enough. Seriously. I know you're speaking on behalf of the artist community. We hear you loud and clear. We'd love to have you on. And again, we're all open, right?
We hear you loud and clear, but you can't change our minds and we're not going to do anything about it.
You have the entire staff here ready to hear what you have to say, listen to what you have to say, and respond to what you have to say. And I think that...
But not actually do anything about it and not let it sway our opinions.
That's what makes DA special. So thank you guys all for tuning in. Snuffles, I see you. I'm sending you a DM. Let's have a one-on-one soon. Appreciate everybody. Let's speak soon. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
So that was a fucking nightmare. What did you guys think of that? Because I mean, I've been voicing my opinions of it for a while. I think I need to jump into live streamapods and hang out with some friends because I have such a fucking headache. Oh, wait. VidCon. Oh, it's Dancing Mally. Apparently, me indicating that I might be able to go to VidCon resulted in a Dancing Mally. I love it. Okay, I'm just gonna go hop on a live stream of pods because I'm actively getting a headache. This was fucking infuriating. Yeah, we know you hate it, but we don't care because this was never about you guys. It was about us. I mean, basically, I kind of want to make those gloves darker. So,
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I hated that.
Huh?
I hated that.
I hated it too.
So horrible.
Like what? Like what the fuck is the point? What the fuck is the point?
Things for the input that we're not going to implement.
Oh my god! It's just of course it was the bitch indicating to us, yeah, you're not gonna change our minds. Well, we know we're not gonna change your fucking mind.
Fucking right. It's just the fucking audacity, and just it pissed me off so much that she had the nerve to constantly interrupt RJ.
Yes.
When he was trying to make a point.
Trying to get across what the issues were, and she's like, actually.
It's like, no, shh.
Shut your fucking mouth.
God, it's like, calm down. You'll have your turn.
This is supposed to be a back and forth. It's not just so you can, like, bitch about the fact that the artists are mad at you and plead for us to stop being mad.
And it makes me, I know you talked about it, but it makes me so mad that the way they had set it up is that everyone's automatically opted in.
Yeah.
To this stupid AI bullshit. Like who are you trying to protect? Are you trying to protect us, or are you trying to protect the AI quote-unquote artists?
It really does seem like that is who they're, like, they've already indicated they think that the AI bros are artists. But...
Yeah. Well, at this point, I'm just like, just be honest with us. You don't care about artists, and you just want them. And people won't be nearly as pissed if you're just honest with us.
Yes.
Because then people will know, okay, I'm gonna dip.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. I haven't used DeviantArt in years.
I've been passively uploading stuff, but like I don't really do a lot of interaction on the site. And at this point,
what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Like
nowadays?
DeviantArt's clearly indicated on multiple occasions they don't give a fuck about the artists on their site.
Right.
It doesn't matter how much they say they do. Their actions indicate that they don't. The fact that they aren't listening to artists indicates that they don't. And the bitch here has just indicated that we can't change their mind. So why should we even fucking bother?
Exactly. Like the second when I basically heard that like they're not gonna listen, like the whole conversation is like, okay, then
what was the point of this?
So there was no point of this entire conversation.
Yes.
This feels like abuser talk, trying to convince us that them hitting us and controlling the finances is actually for our own good. Yeah, it kind of, yeah.
DeviantArt is abusive.
Yeah, DA is abusive. I'm calling it now, caught in 4K. But this is just the worst fucking idea. And someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the government has already been like starting to look into AI stuff and like the legalities of it.
Please tell me that's actually the case.
Let me look.
I would be so happy if legislators, like if DeviantArt gets puts their, after this whole shit of putting their foot in their mouth, I would love if legislators decided that their AI system is bullshit and they can't use it anymore.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna put this in the no mic for you.
Oh, well, I'm drawing.
Oh.
Read it to me.
It's from the Smithsonian Magazine. Okay. U.S. Copyright Office rules AI art cannot be copywritten.
Oh, wait. So by DeviantArt's current terms of service, that means AI art can't be uploaded to the site. Because art that you upload to the site has to be when you upload art to the site, if I'm remembering from the terms of service correctly, you are ensuring that it is you have the copyright and you are allowed to upload it. If AI art can't be copyrighted, AI art can't be uploaded to DeviantArt, fucking period.
Yeah.
God, that's really crazy.
This is the craziest thing, Avi.
Guys, I'm here. It's, sometimes in life,
listen.
You're there.
Listen, now that Avi Haltman is here, all of my problems can be solved.
All of your problems can be solved because I can solve them for you as I do this. Yeah. All right, there, I did it.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, thanks. All of my problems have been fixed.
Sorry, Avi, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nah, there's no thoughts to interrupt.
No thoughts, head empty.
Dude, I haven't had a thought in 3 hours.
Alright, are you high?
I got real high, and then I went to Shoal, and then I had some alcohol, and then I came home, and then I sat down, and I had some alcohol and smoked some more weed, and now I'm in my room.
Nice. So you're, what's the, fuck.
I am...
Faded?
I'm crossed
faded.
up.
Cross-faded, thank you. I almost said double faded. I'm like, that's not right.
Oh,
yeah, no. It's called the fadeaway jumper. I'm shooting laser beams out of my hands, but only while playing basketball.
Hell yeah. I found another article for you. U.S. government refuses to acknowledge the legitimacy of AI art.
Fuck yes.
Oh my, the legitimacy?
So based on DeviantArt's current terms of service, AI art can't be on the site, period.
Pretty much.
Great.
And yet they jumped in with their fucking bullshit stable diffusion shit. So DeviantArt is going against its own terms of service. And they're still fuck it, don't be mad at us. Help us.
This is fucking wild.
Us. Bitch, please.
bet it's the same people that were trying to figure out if NFTs were valid or not. And they're like, God damn it, we just got finished with this and now you hand us AI shit.
We literally threw NFTs in the trash and they just like handed us a bundle of AI art. Like, here, this is your problem now.
This is fucked up. Like, it's so funny how, like, my dad's been in the stock market since longer than I've been alive. And the only time he's ever been positive about crypto was before his Ethereum got stolen. And then he was like, oh, so this is like a double scam.
Yes.
Because he's like, I wanted to see what the end game of the scam was, if there was an end game at all, and I could use this to buy things or to cash out at a certain point. But if it's able to be simply stolen from me without me even like doing anything, I'd rather not even participate in the scam with the idea that it might turn into something later.
Yeah. I feel legitimately bad for people who have like had their lives ruined as a result of crypto shit.
Yeah, no, it's gross.
Like, on the one hand, you want to be like, why would you even buy into it in the first place? But like like everybody gets scammed at some point in their life. And, you know, in little instances you may get scammed, it's like, fine, it doesn't hurt me. But then you've got the big instances like this, where someone's like their whole livelihood is completely fucking destroyed. Like, that's just so not cool. Oh, I wanted to give him sharp teeth. Oh well. I'm not redrawing this fucker.
You just add like a little half crescent. Put some little lines. Here you go.
Maybe up here. Could do like. How can I do like a sneer that looks?
I'm a huge fan of the fucking of the boyfriend and girlfriend like on the bed texting each other meme. That's like, me, I'm Frankie. No, you are not Frankie from One Piece. Blocked. And then it's just 5 images of Frankie. It's like, me. I fucking stupidest shit ever. It's the like lowest tier of humor, and that's why it's the funniest. TikTok is awful.
TikTok is actually the fucking worst.
TikTok is more like Dick Talk. Am I right, fellas?
Oh.
By the way, it's crazy that I started One Piece in like July, and now I'm caught up, and now like when I go to work and I just have to sit there in the middle of the night for 8 hours and I don't have any One Piece to watch, my life has like no meaning.
Hello.
I mean, I can be like productive and do homework, but like what that sounds fun.
Are you going to?
Possibly.
I
might do. Hey, Caden.
What do you
How
mean
goes,
no
brother?
result?
Did you like the shirt I posted in No Week?
I have mental Ohio.
I have mental Illinois is a great one.
I need that shirt.
Hello? Where the fuck is DeviantArt's terms of service? I literally googled DeviantArt terms of service and it said no results.
What?
What do you mean no results? Hang on. DeviantArt. Do I have to go to the fucking site
here we go.
itself?
Here, I found it. Do you want me to send it to you?
Yes. Yes, please. Give me.
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah, I want to review DeviantArt's terms of service.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because
also, I love the GIF you sent me this afternoon.
Yeah, because like the way I remember
that's just me.
So there is a terms of service. Just for some fucking reason, it doesn't pop up. Okay. Copyright.
I just had a random thought. If we're talking about AI art, a majority of people do not hate AI art because it's AI art. They hate it because crypto bros can take advantage of it.
DeviantArt does not claim ownership.
Yeah, it's like
My issue is when people use it as like to pass off as like commission work or like to steal other people's work. That's when I have an issue with it.
But is that the fault of the tool or is that the fault of the people?
No, I'm not saying it's the fault of the tool. It's clearly the people that are using it in morally wrong ways.
Yeah. It's just like rocks.
It is like rocks.
No, I hate rocks. They're racist.
What? How dare you? What's wrong with rocks?
He is not! Have you seen him? He's not racist.
Not the rock.
Name me another rock and one that's racist.
The boulder. The boulder is super racist.
I can't believe that you actually had the exact counterplay ready.
You must have the legal right to copy, distribute, and display all parts of any content that you upload, download, and otherwise copy, distribute, and display. Content provided to you by others or made available through websites, magazines, books, and other sources are protected by copyright and should not be uploaded, downloaded. So if you don't have copyright to what you're uploading, you're not supposed to be uploading it.
Got his ass.
Copyright policy.
Got him.
Let's see.
You're so high, it's amazing.
Yeah, dude. I'm high as a fucking like a thing that flies.
Hey guys, it's me.
God. I'm looking through the Bayonetta 3 art book I got by fucking getting the Masquerade edition. They really did design this character. Jesus fucking Christ. It's like, here's all the things on the design, and it's like 4 separate pages of this. Like, alright, so these little brooches are not actually the same. They all have completely different designs, and they all have significance in different ways. I'm gonna throw myself into a wood chipper.
Okay, I found it. Ensure that all parts of your work, both visual and audio, are your own original creations. If you have used material which are owned by other people or companies, make certain that you have obtained proper permission or licensing for the use before you place your work online. You can also obtain permission to use copyrighted work by license, blah, 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 blah. So yes, the stuff that you upload to DeviantArt has to be either stuff that no longer falls under copyright because it's over 150 years old, or it has to be your own original work. It has to be copyrighted to you, meaning AI art as a whole, according to their fucking terms of service and copyright policy, cannot be uploaded to DeviantArt, period. Good job, guys. Fucking brilliant. Maybe you should have worked a little more on your detection system, dumbasses.
Man. Sometimes in life, you know.
Sometimes some crimes go slipping through the cracks.
Men.
Sometimes you have mental Illinois.
Yeah, sometimes you do have mental Illinois.
Did you
It's
see
my favorite place to be.
I hate when Illinois invades my brain.
TP, did you see the shirt I put in No Mike?
Actually, no, I haven't. Hold on.
Go look. It's really good. I want that shirt so bad.
Excuse me.
It's just there. It's taking up space in my brain.
Egyptian band. So fucking...
Illinois does take up space. That's the end of the sentence.
Yeah, Illinois takes up space.
Okay. God. TP. Did I ever express to you how fucking hot Luxter is in Bayo 3?
It's good that you clarified Bale 3, otherwise...
I mean, like, Luxter's really hot, don't get me wrong, but, like, I've only got his voice to go off of, so I have to make an appearance for him in my head. The fucking asshole won't show me his face. But I need to see how pretty he is. Yeah, I'm going through this art book, and they really made fucking Luxter Bayonetta just the prettiest one out of all of them.
You could just be like the what do you call it, Hotel Transylvania fandom, where like you can never see the Invisible Man, so you just always assume he's hot.
Yeah,
and
then they made the movie where you can see him and it's not.
That movie doesn't fucking count.
Oh, this art book has all the demon Bayonettas in it. I might need to send this to you. Oh, and they're all illustrated. Oh. Actually, no, I'm keeping this. I changed my mind.
Now it's mine, bitch. You can't have it.
All I'm saying is that fucking Spider Bayonetta is the hottest one. And I'm not saying that because I have a thing for spider ladies. It's because she's made of lava. And also because spider ladies are hot. Also,
Oh, have you ever read Spinneret?
No.
It's a webcomic. I recommend it. Not only is Spinneret a six-armed spider lady, she fights a Drider lady at one point.
Oh god. Also, there's a manticore body. Like, okay, what do you call it when it's a top half person on... Is this a chimera when it's a top half person on a lion, on like a chimera body? With like the lion and then the snakish tail. Well, no, it's actually just a normal tail, so it's just a person top half and then a lion bottom half. I mean, it's hot is what it is, but like, there's frog Bayonetta, that's hot. There's weird segmented dragon Bayonetta, that's fucking hot.
No, I'm hot. Thank you for telling me all about
You are hot.
There's fucking Alruna Bayonetta, who's like Black Rose Dragon Bayonetta.
Sorry.
Are we talking about Bayonetta or Yu-Gi-Oh crossovers? What the fuck are you talking about?
Hold on, you tell me.
Actually, believe it or
Blue
not,
Eyes White Dragon Bayonetta.
Actually, it's really funny if we told you that it was both.
Look at this.
Let me see.
It's covered in roses, but like they're not like regular.
Okay, that's kind of hot.
It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I'm such a hard on for this flower.
Yeah, you
Listen.
Flower.
Listen. Frog one is for me. Frog one is for me. But this one, look at how long she is. I'm glad chat can see this. But like,
guys, this is my closed species. Do not steal.
Look at
Fuck
her.
no! Don't show the spider. Please don't show the spider.
I'm having an auction for my closed species. It's $500.
No, because I know I know for a fact I am arachnophobic.
Okay, this one's not fair. Look at those hips. Look at those hips. It's insane.
Really pretty.
I'm really glad that the chat will get to actually see all of this. Except
They don't.
won't.
They pay $80 like I did. Pay $80. Pay $80.
Or look it up online.
Squid one.
Squidward. B.
No, it's Ponder Sprocket.
That's literally what B looks like in real life.
In real life, actually, I was.
Oh no! Hold on, wait.
That is
actually, no, never
my
mind.
final form.
No, actually, yes, I saw them.
After meeting B in person, yeah, that's exactly how they look.
I'm currently in her walls, actually, in this moment.
I'm a huge fan, by the way, of the nipples on the eyes.
B and I have confirmed that
the
I am
eyes on
like
the nipples. Excuse me. I'm an idiot. Eyes on
B
nipples.
and I have confirmed that I am just standing outside her window.
Yes.
Okay, but how about
Any of
train?
the words that you just said, Avi, I'm gonna have to ask you to never say them again.
Okay, but how about the train? The train one. The train one's
Shut
pretty hot.
up, Avi. Avi, please shut up
No,
about the
okay, so
goddamn
there's the
train.
train one.
Stop!
So she
I'm
can turn into a
begging
train?
you. I'm begging you. Stop talking about the fucking
Oh,
train.
what? You look at that. I'm like a puppet on a string.
Every time
Oh,
when
that's
I
crazy.
fucking close my eyes, I hear trains. Every time I hear everything you say, it's
It's like
trains.
gears in her head. I think that looks really sick, honestly. I like the fucking haunted puppet aesthetic. It's really sick. Oh, man. Oh, look at all these eyes. Oh, that one's pretty.
Please stop. I don't want to hear anything more about the train. The train.
Weapons? Oh my god, I get to see the fucking the Color My World and G-Pillar?
Excuse me?
What?
I'm gonna need you to say all of that
No!
slower.
No, we've got a stream list to fucking talk about. What's happening?
I couldn't understand what the fuck you were talking about.
What's going on, B? What are we looking at?
What are we looking at?
Who?
My dad.
You're right here. Dad. You're right here. Oh wait, no. Are we talking about you right now or the urn?
I'm talking about my dad.
Hi, TP's dad.
Where is your dad?
My dad's downstairs.
My dad's in Utah. Oh shit, I found the train again! Holy shit!
Shut up, Avi.
You want me to tell you where my dad is?
No!
Avi, no! Oh my god.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
You guys want me to tell you where my dad is? I'll tell you where my dad is.
Yeah, right?
I'm
Right?
so scared to ask.
He's at my mom's house. He's at my mom's house.
It is true. I am at Ellie's mom's house.
Are you watching the Ohio State and Michigan game right now?
Oh yeah.
No, because I'm not into football.
Okay. Alright, B, this
Hey,
this
well, if you were at my mom's house, you would know that.
Okay. Oh sorry. You go first, Ellie.
I really was just continuing the bit, frankly.
That's true.
I love the bits.
I'm just here to tell you all that this is the reason why Lady Dimitrescu did nothing for me, because this bitch came out in 2014 and was 40 feet tall.
Oh my god.
You see, I like Lady
so hot.
Dimitrescu's second form, frankly, because I'm not a coward.
Honestly, when I saw that the first time, I my toes curled up.
Okay.
I was like, oh my god.
Why did you mention your toes, Avi? Do you have something you need to tell us?
I thought this.
Well, no, it's because that's just the reflex.
I thought she came out in like 2008 or something.
No, they never actually showed all of them.
Oh,
they only showed
right.
off her hands and legs.
Fair enough. But you can tell she was a giant woman from those arms and legs, okay?
Okay, Ellie, are you cool with Phantom from DMC? Because he's not a spider, he's like a scorpion spider.
Oh god, even worse. I hate those. I hate those and centipedes.
Okay, well, I'll show him for just a brief moment if anyone wants to see the coolest lava.
I'm not gonna not look at it.
All right, there he is. There's Phantom. All right, gone.
Okay.
Oh damn.
Lava Lows looks so good.
All I'm seeing while looking through this is just like, yes, fuckable.
Yeah, no, they're all.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
This one even has a lady on top of it. Look, there's a lady right there.
All I'm saying is that oh god, I actually forgot to tell you, Avi, because I talk to you every day, but I'll tell the chat because I think it's a really funny story about me trying to explain monster fucking to my sister.
Good. Look at this frog.
Yes, a problem that you should definitely seek help for.
Look at this frog.
What? Look at that. That is royalty right there.
Okay, so here's the thing. This frog has the best singing voice in all the land. Her singing. What?
Sorry, I'm a stupid Farscape brat, and Rigel is one of the puppet characters, and he's just.
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
exactly.
you watch
I see it.
Farscape?
Thrilling Farscape boys!
I have every single season a DVD box set at my mom's house.
Okay, wait. Favorite character.
Wait.
Shit, you can't ask me that. That's like asking my favorite child.
Okay, I'm easy because my favorite characters are both played by the exact same fucking person. Can you guess?
That's me right now.
I don't remember. I don't know all the actors.
Yeah, that's you.
I don't know all the actors.
Okay, Bylar Crace and Pilot are both played by Lani Tupu.
Oh,
Yeah.
You see, last time I watched Farscape, I was very young, so the actors were not going. I don't know. I was like, I don't fucking know who that is.
I've been like rewatching it kind of recently. It is just like yes, Pilot, my giant bug husband.
I always liked how she looked.
Oh yeah, Chiana's fucking great.
Chiana, and then like later in life, I grew to be like, yo, Scorpius was fucking cool.
Fucking.
Hey,
we're gonna
Scorpius was
the
fucking
chat.
nasty. He was McNasty gross looking, but I thought he was cool.
B, I've got this one for you. This is the Kraken for you.
Yeah.
This is what the Kraken looks like.
My final form. Where's Pilot?
Yeah, that's a mouth.
Pilot?
That whole thing opens up.
Yeah.
Best
boy. Best boy.
And whoa, would you look at that? Look at that thing! Whoa!
Also
Whoa,
best
look
boy,
at that train!
Train.
Whoa!
Hey, look at that train.
I hate it.
What the fuck?
I'll kill myself.
What?
I'd kill myself.
Wait, look at that.
What is going on with the train?
Best boy.
What about building? How do you guys feel about building? That's my best friend. The bell controls time.
What
Is
a
that-
friend.
Is that the pilot from Farscape?
No,
On the
do you
drums.
remember the building
21st
that
night
they
of
fall off
September?
of at the beginning of the first Bayonetta game? That's this. It can kill people now.
But what I was talking about with Farscape, I only got to like season 2 before I like forgot about the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because after that, because after like the first 2 seasons of Farscape that I watched, because my dad owned like everything, and I mean everything having to do with fucking Farscape, Battlestar Galactica, and Star Trek.
Okay, so your dad was a nerd.
And my dad, so since my dad passed, I'm inheriting his entire DVD collection. Do you want to know how many DVDs he has?
Yes.
Not just movies. This is TV shows too that he's collected.
Yes.
Over the years.
Yes.
I have a number for you.
2.
2,403.
Your dad was so cool!
Oh my god, that's awesome.
When you would walk into my parents' house,
I have to go.
he would be the first thing you saw. He glued 2 bookshelves together and stacked them on top of each other just to fit all of his DVDs in, and he still isn't enough. It's still not enough to fit all of his DVDs in.
That is amazing, honestly.
So when it came to after season 2 of Farscape, I was trying to watch it. My dad was like, "Hey, you know this cool show called Supernatural? Like, I've been watching it lately. Do you want to watch it with me?"
Oh no.
Oh my god, no.
So that's what we watched for like. I watched it with him up until like season 7, which is usually what most people are like. That's when they stop watching it sometimes. Like, if you watch it past season 7, my hat's off to you, buddy. I couldn't watch it after season 7. And also that was right when Dad and I started watching Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
And then Game of Thrones ended, and then we started watching The Witcher. Don't talk to me about the fucking Witcher right now, man!
Talk to you about The Witcher, because I just started watching it.
Oh, hey.
Henry Cavill.
Stop watching it after season 3, because I'm done watching it after season 3.
No. Yeah, no, my IRL friends
supposedly, there are two major reasons why Henry Cavill left. One was obviously he was going to be making more money and working on Superman with that's Sam Raimi, the guy who did the Guardian, Zack Snyder. No, not Zack Snyder. Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Paul Rudd, not Paul Rudd. Jesus Christ.
No.
James Gunn. Fuck.
James Gunn. So it's
Someone
that
else with a four-letter surname.
And two, the major one that he said he would never stay in the project. He would leave the project if they ever deviated from anything. If they tried to remove the source material, pretty much.
Well, actually, Kaden, I've got some extra stuff for you that gives you more evidence to the fact that he straight up quit the show.
Oh, he did.
Because it's been reported for the past couple of years that Henry Cavill had been fighting tooth and nail to stick with the source material, and he had begged the producers, "Can you please read some of the material?" And they were just basically like, "Fuck you! They called the source material stupid." And the whole talking, but when it came to putting in the fact that Geralt is canonically disabled, fucking Henry Cavill almost lost his job over trying to put that in the show from the books, because again they thought it was stupid. The idea of being Ciri being bisexual canonically, I don't even know if that's going to be in there anymore. Few other things that are huge story beats. Just, I don't even know if they're going to even keep it now that he's not going to be in it. I have never cut a show cold turkey before. I've never cut it so cold turkey. Once I found out he quit the show. Fuck, man.
I mean, I feel like that's legitimate reason for him to quit. That's ridiculous.
I'll say this as well for anybody worried. There is no word that James Gunn is going to stop working on Guardians.
Directors often will work on multiple projects at a time.
Yeah.
True, but usually directors don't work with their immediate competitor as well. Granted, it is kind of funny that James Gunn is his own competition at this point.
Well, I mean, it's not like Disney's ever treated him well.
True.
Let's not forget what it took to get him to get hired back on to Disney.
What did it take?
A bunch of people rioted when he got fired for some jokes he made back in 2016.
Oh god.
Not even 2016. 2009.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He used the R slur back in 2009, and he made dead baby jokes in 2009 on Twitter.
Oh, for fuck's
sake.
It
wasn't.
Everyone was making dead baby jokes in 2009.
Yeah, literally.
Yes. Are they really bad, especially the R slur? Yes.
Are we not making dead baby jokes anymore? I did not get this memo.
A lot of it is just stuff that he said himself. He's like, that's not in my vocabulary anymore. I don't do that anymore. It was stupid of me to do it, and I'm sorry. But I don't know. I don't know if it was worth firing him over. Especially, I want to hear Disney in particular firing somebody over Dark Past.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear a goddamn thing from Disney.
Zippity doo dah, zippity.
No. Not even just that. Not even just that. It's just they're blatant anti-Semitism.
Oh yeah.
That is continuous to this day. Their anti-Semitism is rampant. Also, blatant homophobia. The Owl House
to this day. To this day.
Characters. Oh, cut the show.
Someone had
And here's the thing: I'm not an Owl House fan. I've never really. This never was my show. However, ballsy of them to post on Twitter what's them two main girls, the ship name? I don't know. Well, anyway, they posted like a picture of them holding hands and was like, oh, if you're a XYZ shipper, like this post. And I'm like, didn't you cancel the show because there were gay people in it?
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Disney. Lumity.
There was a thing where some news outlet posted because that new Disney movie's coming out. I can't remember the name of it, but they were like
World or something.
Yeah, which that does look like a pretty good movie. I'm kind of excited for it, but
Wait, what's it called? I haven't actually seen any advertising for it.
I think it already came out.
What is it called?
Well, anyway, the news outlet was talking about how they're gonna have like an openly gay character. Someone responded with, "Dizzy, this is the 7th time you've announced a gay character for show and tell."
The fucking Jimmy Neutron meme. Oh, I fucking love
it was the Jimmy Neutron meme.
For the first time ever, they're going to have an openly gay character for the 7th time.
Oh my god.
Let's see. It's called.
It's Strange something.
Maybe if you didn't
Strange World.
Maybe if you didn't screw over the content that had the gay characters, or like relegate the gay characters only to the background and never focus on the fact that you're gay, maybe then we would fucking care.
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, this character, it's not like a one-line, like, haha, my boyfriend. No, he's supposed to be like an important character. But apparently they did like a poor job advertising this movie.
Yeah, I straight up have not heard anything about this movie.
I've not heard. I didn't hear anything about
Disney Plus.
I didn't hear anything about this. I didn't hear anything about this movie until the day before it was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that Bob Iger is back in the CEO seat.
Yes. Oh my god, thank fucking Christ.
Bob versus Bob.
Bob versus Bob.
I will say this, though, for any fantasy fans out there as a positive. Guess what's coming to Disney? Original series coming to Disney November 30th.
What?
Willow.
Oh, yeah, Willow.
That'll be interesting.
Willow.
Yeah.
The movie is already on Disney Plus, but now they're making a Willow series. Willow is an old fantasy movie.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
It stars Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis, yeah.
He doesn't tell me anything.
It's a halfling trying to return a child back to her parents.
Okay.
It's a really good story.
That seems cute. I like that.
It's been a really long time since I watched Willow.
What is it? I rewatched Matilda recently.
I love Matilda.
Of course you would. I'm shocked.
Hey,
listen,
Eternal
predictability
Storyteller
does not mean
has solace in a character who reads a lot of books.
Wait. No. Eternity. You just have to immediately respond with, "Of course you like Mean Girls, Ellie."
Oh no! No! That's not the one you go. Of course you like blank. First of all, yes, I like Mean Girls. I know that this might be a surprise to all of you, but I really do like Mean Girls. Yes, I did see the off-Broadway musical, because I'm not poor. Anyway.
See.
I'm very poor. Actually, I'm very poor.
You guys can't see it, but Damona has taken over my chair.
I'm very broke and very poor. I batted my eyelashes very nicely at my husband, and he bought the tickets. It's what you do. It's what you do, Hayden. You're gonna have this when you and Blaze get married. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, it happened.
Yeah. Listen, no matter how mad you could be at your wife, all she has to do is bat her cute little eyelashes, and you'll be putty in her hands.
You smelled like a donut this morning, and now you smell like.
Joke's on you. I'm gonna be doing that to Blaze more frequently than you think. I'm a whore,
baby girl.
I'm a whore, man. I'm a whore.
It's your baby girl. You're like,
yeah, you're the baby girl.
Please, can you please get me this, please?
Okay, so okay.
No, I think the movie for me probably it would probably either be Mean Girls Or, yes, Ellie, we know you like the man from U.N.C.L.E. Yes, we know, Ellie, we know you like the man from U.N.C.L.E. It's okay. Yes, we know why you like the man from U.N.C.L.E. We know Henry Cavill is in it. Yes, we know, Ellie.
He's the baby.
Okay,
How's
shut
the
up talking about it
baby?
now, Ellie. Please shut up talking about it.
She has taken over the majority of my chair. I am sitting on the last 3 inches at the front.
What a good baby you are, Demonia. Such a good girl.
Oh, you gonna lick my brain?
Oh, Mabel's surgery recovery is going really good, by the way.
Oh, that's good to hear.
As we should. As we should.
Yeah, we're waiting for the test results still.
Is she?
I'm a whore kid in 2022. I mean, yeah.
Is she at home now, or is she still at the vet?
Yeah,
Okay,
she's been
not
home.
I'm a whore, Caden 2022. It's I'm a whore, Caden.
Yeah, every year of my life.
Yeah, she had her surgery last Monday, and I went and picked her up like in the afternoon on the same day.
Okay.
So she's been home. She's gonna get her stitches out next week. But she already looks a lot better.
That's good to hear.
I got new jeans. I got new jeans from Shein.
Oh god.
That's nice, sweetie.
And the fuck was that passive aggressive ass? Like, wait a minute.
Well, doesn't Shein like have like slave labor basically?
Not like my mother pre moving out of the house. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice, sweetie. Cute. Okay, this shit was $10. $10 I didn't fucking have.
I heard
Anyways,
I was out walking
they look
Demona
like-
today, and I heard an advertisement for Shein being low, like 90% off, and all I could think of in my head was, is that because you got called out for slave labor?
Listen,
Whoops.
okay. The reason I buy from Shein is A, it's affordable, and B, they're the only place that has actually cute plus size outfits.
Yeah.
That I can find.
Yeah,
that are
no
affordable.
shame.
And here's the thing. I heard this somewhere, and I wish I could credit this, but you can't be fat and eco-friendly.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, this outfit is not made, this jacket isn't made from real fur or something like that. Like, you can't. I'm sorry, they don't make this. They don't make eco-friendly fat people. I can't help that.
Oh, they really don't.
Yeah, I have to take a picture.
And that's the frustrating thing.
Like
most fashion.
plus-size
That's the thing that I hate. Like that's the thing that I hate. Like fashion. Fashion is not very diverse for bodies because like I'm also plus size as well. It's hard for me to find clothes. Like I have to go to this one specific store in the mall to do like at least my pants shopping, and it's so expensive. It's so
Forget
expensive.
going to the mall anywhere.
No, but like that's the only location for the store. It's at the mall.
I know Shein's bad. I know it's not great. Again, it's not like you can find plus-sized outfits anywhere that like actually look good on you.
Yes, and it's so hard to find like good-looking like plus-size clothes.
Like you have to get one or the other. You have to pick one or the other most of the time. If there is trust me, here's the thing. If there's a better option elsewhere, I will 100% make the switch. Don't get me wrong. I'm not doing it because brand loyalty. Fuck brand loyalty. I'm saying like you go out and shop anywhere. Going out and shopping outside shopping is for skinny people. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're correct. Like I went to Target, was it like a week or 2 weeks ago, and I saw some like really nice pants, and I tried them on, and they were so uncomfortable. I actually almost started crying in the dressing room.
I also need to put this out there as another thing on top of that. It is not for tall people either. Tall people or short people. Fuck no.
Yeah, or short people.
Because
average James of the world.
For a thing that should have taken me 5 minutes to find at the most, it took me 30 minutes to find one pair of pants. Nah.
I
Look
can't.
at
Oh my god!
I have no room.
Oh, she has taken over. She has taken over.
Baby. Little doggy. Little doggy girl.
But but it took me 30 minutes to find one pair of pants.
Dude,
and it was.
Let me tell you, Gavin has that same issue too. Because Gavin's okay. One of the biggest issues I've ever had when it comes to shopping, because here's the thing, there's always going to be plus size outfits somewhere. There's always going to be, it takes a bit of elbow grease, but you can usually find something for short plus size people.
It's hard to find for tall.
Finding shoes for people who have size 3 foot, like myself, is impossible. If you're not trying to basically find toddler shoes.
The other thing I put out there as well, another thing that really bothers me is to get the right size of pants. Pants is the biggest problem with me. Shirts are easy. Shirts are abundant. XL, not a problem.
Adaptable. They're adaptable.
Yeah. You're adaptable too. So, but pants is the nightmare for guys. That and dress shirts and flannel shirts.
So you guys, guys have like specific measurements too, like waist and hip and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I need 36, 34 nowadays because I've been building on pounds over the past few years, and I'm really depressed about it. But it's hard enough just to find 34, 34.
Oh God.
At this point.
And you're what, like 6 something?
6 foot even.
Okay, so yeah, like when it comes, so I've been trying to find. Because when
it's like trying to find the one piece. The one piece is real?
Yes, the one piece is real.
Nice.
Oda said it himself. Dude, no, let me tell you. So I've been trying to find. Well, actually, first one, it was like when Gavin and I were getting married, Gavin went to go buy like a suit because Gavin doesn't wear suits. He wears graphic T-shirts and sweatpants. So, finding nice fitting wedding, I'm getting married clothes is very difficult for a man who is 6'4" and almost 300 pounds.
Yeah, I can see that being a problem.
It's expensive to be big.
Yeah, it is.
Because his whole suit, not including the shoes, was $305.
Jesus. Yeah, I've always heard and just accepted that as a fact as like tall people clothing problems.
Tall people clothing problems, fat people clothing problems, short people problems, fat people clothing
problems. Big penis clothing problems.
The only problem with regards to clothing that I've had are like shirts that are too tight in the chest area and just like everything not having fucking pockets and the clothing industry trying to get me to own a purse. Fuck you. I don't want a purse.
Anywho, I'm gonna head out. I think my favorite, the best invention that has united the people are dresses with pockets. That is my last word. Goodbye.
Bye.
Stram.
Bye.
I was actually talking to my therapist about that. It's like, not even my therapist, like it was just a random person. It's like the first ever time I was introduced to the problem that women have with pockets is whenever my friends were freaking out in Discord one day about a dress that has pockets so deep you could leave a full-size Nintendo Switch in it. And
I know what you're talking about.
The
skirts you're talking about. I love those skirts.
And they're in the most positive way, mind you, I'm saying this. It had like Ms. Frizzle style patterns on it and all that stuff. And I'm like,
I know.
I know. Wow, that's interesting. I never really knew that'd be an issue until one day I wore a kilt.
Yeah. Welcome
because kilts. Because a majority of kilts don't. We have to have a little like fanny pack in the front thingy. End. Yeah, a little fanny pack or side pouch thing. Until the invention of the Utilikilt.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's basically cargo pants but kilts.
I love.
And they make women Utilikilts as well.
now she's on my lap.
What?
She's kind of on my lap now.
Oh my god.
Hang on. I got
Okay, you can't move. You are just stuck there forever.
trapped.
Yeah. You are.
So,
yeah.
So, for the people who don't know, kilts are unisex at the end of the day. Kilts are very unisex. And also Southerners should start wearing it more because it's best for cold seasons. But this is the company, Utilikilts. They make it for dress outfits. They make leather ones. They have like woodworking or working style kilts. And they're not cheap. The cheapest one here is $200.
These look really nice. I can see
They
why
are
they're
really
expensive. They look like really good quality of material.
I want the leather. It looks so dope.
Fuck off whoever invented fake. Yeah, whoever made fake pockets. I want to come to your house. I'm gonna gently knock on your door. And
Fuck your wife.
I'm gonna pluck out all your mustache hair. One by one.
I'm gonna remove all the F keys on your keyboards.
G0. There you go. Hang on,
I'm going to take all of your milk. So then you have one for
I
cereal.
actually need to get going. I gotta prepare for a thing. So I will talk to you all later. Everybody have a wonderful stream and give Demona all the loving kisses.
I will do that very hectic.
Let's do that.
Right. Later, guys.
Bye, Gaten.
Bye.
Oh, goodbye, I am Leo Fotia.
Hey.
Look at,
Well, bye.
look at this baby. Look at this baby.
Let me see the baby.
She's
Let
on
me
the
see.
stream.
Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Oh no, the stream's lagging for me. Hang on. I'm gonna pause. Okay, hold on. Oh, there she is. Oh my god. And look at that who's that handsome fella?
I don't know, I
Dog.
can't tell. I can't see their face.
And who's this handsome fella?
I'm sure if I could see their face, I could tell you.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You know,
amazing. Absolutely amazing.
When I wanted to get a dog, I wanted a pupper that would sit with me while I draw. And Lord knows she is fucking perfect. You are
She is such a sweet pea.
perfect. Although, I do have to admit, keeping my leg propped up like this to support her is a little straining.
Yeah. I've had to do stuff like that with my dogs. Like, you have to, like, Bernie thinks he's a lap dog, but he's huge.
Yeah, I've seen
You know
Bernie.
Bernie.
Yeah,
I've
seen
said
Bernie.
you kick. Yes.
See, that's
She's
one of the
just
reasons
so
I was so
heavy.
adamant on getting like a small dog. Not only because
Yeah.
lap dog, but also because like I can't control large dogs. Like if a large dog decides to go after a squirrel, I'm fucking going with it. I will be pulled along, but like the grandmother in that one viral clip where like the dog runs off, the grandma's holding the leash and she gets pulled along with it. And I know that because like my sister, back when we had like large breed dogs, we used to have 3 large breed dogs when I was really, really young. And my sister's like 10 years older than me. So like she would get pulled along by these dogs when she was taking them for walks, and I was just like I'm already smaller than her. I knew I would not be able to control a large breed dog on a leash.
Oh no. Yeah, it's big dogs. Well, and like when we got Bernie, we trained him like right away.
Yeah.
He was like 9 months old. And like we immediately were like, okay, we're gonna send him to training classes. We are going to get this dog to listen to us.
We were actually
he was
super
already...
lucky because Demona came pre-trained.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to train Bernie, but he's a good dog. He's smart.
All
he's a
dogs are
good boy.
dogs.
Oh, dogs are good dogs. He's just kind of a butt sometimes, but you know what? That's okay. He's an old man.
Oh yeah, they get a little cranky when they get older.
Yeah, he's like 7 now. 7, 8. He's He getting there.
Yeah,
He's got his old...
Gizmo used to be like that. He was a cranky old man.
Yeah, he's got his old man whiskers on his jowls now.
In fairness, he dealt with a lot of things when we were younger. So
Gizmo, yeah.
It was sort of understandable that he grew into a cranky old man. He didn't want any more bullshit.
He was done.
Yeah, he's like, I'm too fucking old for this shit. Get off my lawn!
Oh my god, I love that. I actually gotta get going because I gotta do laundry because I'm going to a friend's house tomorrow.
Ooh,
and I want to just do laundry now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Get it out of the way.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
It's been fun. Thank you for coming in.
Of course. Bye.
Bye. We need some musica, don't we? We need some music. I know exactly what I'm going to put on. Be forewarned, copyright is a thing, and I don't care about it. I know exactly what I feel like listening to.
You remind me of the babe. What babe? The babe with the power. The power of voodoo. Voodoo? You do. Do what? Remind me of the babe. I saw my baby crying hard as babe could cry. What could I do? My baby's love had gone. Left my baby blue. Nobody knew what kind of magic spell to use. Slime and snails, or puppy dog tails, thunder or lightning. Baby said, dance magic dance, dance magic dance. Jump magic jump, jump magic jump. Let magic jump on me. Slap that baby, make 'em free. I saw my baby trying hard as babe could try. What could I do? My baby's fun had gone. Left my baby blue. Nobody knew what kind of magic spell to use. Slime and snails, or puppy dog tails, thunder or lightning. And baby said, dance magic dance, dance magic dance. Let baby spell on me. Jump magic jump, jump magic jump. Let magic jump on me. Slap that baby, make 'em free. Dance magic dance, dance magic dance. Let baby spell on me. Jump magic jump, jump magic jump, jump magic jump. Let magic jump on me. Slap that baby, make 'em free. No one can blame you for walking away. Too much rejection, no love injection. Life can't be easy. It's not always swell. Don't tell me truth hurts, little girl. 'Cause it hurts like hell, hurts like hell. Down in the underground, you'll find someone true. Down in the underground, a land serene, a crystal.
Wait for the brain, thank you.
It's only forever.
Can you ask an adopt theme? Ooh. An adopt theme. Mushrooms are always a good option. Maybe sports? we can maybe mix like sports and candy, or something like that, or mushrooms and candy. Can I change my beat?
I wanna live underground. I wanna live underground. I wanna live underground. I wanna live underground.
Oh, do you want to get down? Oh. Are you gonna draw? Are you gonna do a draw? Yeah, you wanna go up in your puppy's butt? Wanna go up on the desk? Here, put you in your puppy's butt. There you go. Oh, there we go. I can prop my legs up and not be half seated on only one side of my butt. You know, it's nice to appease the puppy by letting her sit with you, but it is definitely difficult to draw that way. Ugh. Oh god, oh fuck, my legs actually, you know when your like legs gone to sleep and then you like put it on the ground and it just, the feeling. Hi baby, yes. Alright. Oh, music. Oh, sure. Yeah, TV buzz legs. That's a good way to describe it. TV buzz. Hey B, is this drawing for fun or is it for one of your video projects? It's for one of my video projects. If I was drawing for fun, I'd be drawing Lilith from the Owl House. Or actually, maybe I could finish that Donatello piece that I worked on a while back. I only really did the sketch for it. Are you feeling me, robots?
The joy of going back to my old DeviantArt and finding cringe drama. Beautiful.
Oh my god.
It's great.
But I was actually talking with my mom earlier today because we were talking about like the second Ashley drama bullshit, and like the fact that I used to think like the type of drama shit that you would see on DeviantArt was like the worst it could get. Meanwhile, indicate that they are fucking pathetic and worthless, and you don't, and that they don't occupy your time. So you should never refer to a stalker as my stalker.
Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, point being, I can't get rid of DeviantArt.
That's fair.
Actually, where even is the opt-out option for the AI stuff? I don't see it in the settings.
Fucking...
I'm trying to remember. I think it is in the settings. I just don't know where in the settings.
You would think the way they defended it, it would be easy to find.
Oh no, because I've got tell AI datasets they can't use your content to help prevent your deviations from being used by third-party AI datasets without your consent. Add the no-I flag. Yeah, but what about you? What about this person? What about this party?
Oh, that was, the way that they did that was they had you opt out through a forum, which
for fuck's sake.
But they don't even have the forum on the site. I found it through a fucking Twitter post.
Oh my god. So they bitch about like, oh, don't be mad at us, it's so easy to opt out, and then they just make it insanely difficult.
Oh, did they say it was easy to opt out?
They didn't specify, but it sort of implied that like you could do it super easily, and then you just didn't have to worry about it anymore.
No, there was a forum going around on Twitter, and I used the forum to opt out both my old account and my current account, but yeah, if you didn't have that forum, I don't even know where you could find it now.
For fuck's sake.
Because I didn't find it on DeviantArt's Twitter. I found it through a different Twitter, like just someone talking about it on Twitter.
I completely believe that.
Like...
It's easy to opt out if opt out meant opt in.
Yeah, I heard about all the AI stuff, and I threw a fuss about it on Twitter. I was not happy. But then again, I also wasn't happy to hear that DeviantArt was so willing to just allow, like, the NFT craze to happen.
Yep.
Is there a site that doesn't hate artists? Question mark.
I've heard Inkblot, maybe, but I haven't made an account yet, so.
I mean, I'm using Toy House, and Toy House is fine, but Toy House also is not. You can't easily sign up for it.
Yeah. I heard people I saw people in the chat talking about like if only if Toy House was easy for artists to sign up for. I've heard so far Inkblot's okay, and probably ArtStation, but that's more of a little... I want to say that's more of a little professional art space, but I think amateur artists have sort of flooded it as well now.
I mean, really, there's not very many areas to go right now, so I don't blame them. Yeah, I've been using Toy House, I've been I've been trying to use Pillowfort more. And I've told myself that I would start uploading to Newgrounds, and that hasn't happened yet.
I did start uploading to Newgrounds a while back, and I just sort of forgot about it.
Unironically, Tumblr is actually the best now.
Yeah.
I don't understand Tumblr, though.
That's kind of the idea.
Yeah, I know. Like, I've wanted to use Tumblr for years, but every time I try, I just don't understand it.
Tumblr
like,
was a huge time suck.
Like, even before the porn ban, I wanted to start using Tumblr, but I just was never... Like, every time I looked at it, it was like looking at... it was like trying to read a foreign language that you just did not know.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, I'll just kind of scoot back over here. Felt the same way about Reddit, and I've actually been using Reddit a lot more too lately, though. Red is actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I still don't understand the karma system, but it's a lot easier to use Reddit than I thought it was.
I only posted on Reddit once, and it was for a video, and nothing, like, it didn't result in anything fruitful, so I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just never use this account again.
I've just been using it to comment on things. That's it. I haven't actually posted anything on Reddit in a while, but I've just been commenting. Just been lurking on the trans board and the asexual board.
Oh, is that on the underclothes? Yes, I was shading that on the wrong layer. I'm stupid.
We live in a weird world where fur affinity is a better look than DA. Oh yeah, no, Eclipse is awful. Yeah. Eclipse is like... I remember when Eclipse was rolled out, like, fucking nobody was happy. It killed... it effectively killed my, my little DeviantArt group that I had started up at the time.
Sad thing is,
Because
I believe that.
Well, because I couldn't get notifications for the artist collected. Like, so if anyone tried to join, I wouldn't get the notification for it. They fixed it now, but I don't know if it's worth it. What with what DeviantArt's been doing lately.
Yeah, like too much time has passed. They've been fucking you over this way and that. It's like, why bother?
Yeah. So like Eclipse effectively was the big thing that killed the group, but I don't know how much that would have mattered if they hadn't switched to Eclipse. So what's this character you're drawing?
Is that Krita? No, I'm using Clip Studio Paint. This is just a character I made to represent one of the players in, well, I guess they're sort of outside of the color gang, but this is, it's art footage for one of the larger video projects where I'm, like, turning all of the major players into kind of Sailor Moon, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai mashup characters. And this is one of the people who did slightly less, but they were still involved. So I'm turning them into, like, a tuxedo mask type character.
So you're telling me all I have to do to get free people is just be cringe online and bully children?
Yes,
Bruh.
and then I will turn you into some sort of freakish monster.
What I've always wanted.
Either that or opt into helping me with the project.
Yep, because I will also make free art for the people who help me sometimes. Like, Avi and Eternity both have, like, whole chibi sets that they can use now. And Avi has been using his chibi sets.
I still want to do the, I'm still looking forward to doing the Morrison conspiracy.
The Morrison conspiracy? What's that?
It was the thing that I asked you to help me out with. The thing where that dude was just like, oh, I can't believe it. Doodle is a what was it, Canadian radio host or whatever.
That's right! I forgot. I'm sorry, my memory is such ass.
No, you're fine. But I'm still looking forward to doing the Morrison conspiracy. It's such a funny bit.
That does sound like a lot of fun. Copy and paste, repeat, make me two. Copy and
Natalie,
paste.
do you know about that? Did you see that when I posted it on Twitter?
I have not heard about that, no.
So I got a comment on it was a video that that B and I did back in like 2017 or so, where this person like came to me with a conspiracy theory that they had in mind, where they think that I was a radio host by the name of Sean Morrison.
What? What?
it's
what?
Yeah, okay, so I'll read the initial comment, right? It goes, do not, and I repeat, do not send Ponder after me for this, but I'm going to state something that Doodletones here may not be a fan of. But as a friend of the actual person, Suzanne Himbry, aka Anne Harvey, I have to put it out there into the aether. I do have to wonder why Sean is using a vocoder on his voice. I mean, we can tell it's a vocoder because of the distortion it gives. All he does is up his pitch to sound like a minion. And Suzanne Himbry is the real name of actress Anne Harvey from Focus on the Family Radio Theater. I mean, I'm an audio drama enthusiast, so do you not think I'd figure out where the name Suzanne Himbry originated? I also know a little bit about audio editing, especially how to use WavePad and Audacity, so I know how to do that vocoder effect. Just simply up the voice pitch to a level you wish it to. So yeah, there is no such person as the American YouTuber Suzanne Himbry. The real name is Sean Morrison of the United States. Boom. Take that, Heather Handshot.
Are they okay? Are they alright?
I don't know. I asked, what the fuck are you on about? And it just kept going. So, yeah, but he's so convinced that Ponder would back up his story if she was to get involved. So I thought it would be really funny to get Ponder involved, because it's still really funny regardless.
No, I've got nothing. I can't understand this.
The internet's too crazy for us to comprehend.
It's so funny. I'm not even mad. I think it's a hilarious bit. There's a good chance that I'm being trolled, but if it is, cool.
But like, if it's troll that you can get content out of, does it really matter?
Yeah, I feel like I'm being trolled, but I don't care because it would make for hilarious content. So, so that's why I asked Bea if she'd be willing to join.
We won't be pushed off to the side.
Imagine this guy has a red string of pictures of Susie throughout the room. That's right, Pepe fucking Sylvia. Yeah, if it's a troll, then it's an actually funny troll. They actually, like, crafted their troll, which, thank God. I'm so tired of the other type of troll. I like funny trolls. They're very fun.
Funny trolls are the
other
best.
Type of trolls. It's a dying art, frankly.
Yes. Nowadays, when people troll, they're just like accusing you of being a predator or whatever and faking screenshots. And when you call them out, they're just like, why are you so mad, bro? I was just trolling.
Yeah. Like, I miss the days where we got the Sammy Classic Sonic fans or the magical Pocky Usagis.
Yeah.
Those days were good. I liked those trolls. Those were always very fun.
Where, like, their only goal was to make other people think that they were insane.
Yeah. The version transphobic troll versus the Chad Radio Star Doodle Tones troll. Yeah, absolutely. Also, Mally.
Yee.
So, I don't know if it's gonna be, it's probably not gonna be the next commentary I do. But you get mentioned in the commentary after.
Me? That's nice.
Yeah.
I
no,
assume.
because there's a... Well, it's a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm covering someone who decided to make a video talking about their issues with, like, gaming commentary, like, using gameplay footage as, like, your commentary avatar.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the points that the guy makes is that, people won't remember, like, what video that they're thinking of, based on the, like, if you reuse the same gameplay or play the same game, they're not gonna remember,
Why the fuck would that not apply to avatar stills?
I don't know. But I was like, my interjection goes, excuse me? Did I turn on Sonic Meerkat's SCC rant again? People aren't going to remember a commentary by the game that's played in the background anyway. They're going to remember it by the topic discussed. Unless you're Mally Malware, who swears up and down she remembers a co-op commentary I did about Five Nights at Freddy's.
I do! I saw it!
Oh,
watched it like 3 times!
Thank you for following.
Fuck it, I'm getting your channel up again, I'm looking again. I need to find this.
Mally's like, there's no way I just like misremembered it or had a dream. It definitely exists.
There is only one video that I have made that has ever been strictly about Five Nights at Freddy's. There is now a second one on my channel that I uploaded this year that mentions Five Nights at Freddy's, but there's only one that's strictly about it. And it wasn't the co-op.
It wasn't about Five Nights at Freddy's. I just remember they had something to do with the Five Nights at Freddy's cupcake. In particular.
Wait.
But I've never covered Carl I think it's Carl the Cupcake or whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you talking about Carl the fucking cupcake?
It's like, that's a Ponder video, that's a Ponder video, that's not a me video.
Hold on, let me check. Let me see.
You will see a picture of Ponder Sprocket holding DeviantArt by the scruff, and then there's a cupcake and 2 other idiots yelling from behind her back.
Hold on, I'm gonna check.
Okay,
I see it. I'm gonna check. Hold on.
That is not a Doodle Tones video. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I don't know, Susie. You and I sound so alike.
Hold on, I'm watching it. I gotta check.
Wasted youth is better by far than a wise and productive old age.
This is not it!
This isn't it! What do you mean it's not it?
It's not it! There's no mechanical background. Where's the, it's missing the stage curtains and the mechanics and, the 4 people talking.
I've never done a quad up about friends.
Or on a cupcake.
It's like there were 4 people doing they were covering someone else's video and you were covering why they were wrong.
Well, that's a lot of Susie's content.
Oh yeah, it's 99% of it. But doing a commentary on a quad op, there's not too many of those on my channel either.
Fucking, I'm going through all your playlists again.
Me covering a quad op, let's see, when was the first time I did that? I think it was the time that I covered the Syndicate of Outcasted Commentators. But that wouldn't have been right, because that was talking about Mario.
I do like that Mally is talking to the person who should know the most about the content and what exists, and she's just still like, no, you're wrong.
I have to find. Well, okay, listen, I definitely saw a video, so now I need to figure out what it was. Because I watched it 3 times. It was one of the videos I would just frequently go back to.
Maybe your brain is mixing it together with another video. My brain's done that before.
It could be. I've got to find what happened here.
You have to find the inspirations.
It used to pop up on my recommended.
This has got to be some weird Mandela
yeah,
effect.
I was thinking the same
I've
thing.
never covered anything like that.
It's so painful. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I'm going back to your playlists.
Just the fucking, oh no.
Again, the only times I can think about that I've covered 4 people at once, or 4, like a quad op kinda. The only time I can think of that was the video on Sock, the video on Can, No, the video on Pog was 3 people. That wouldn't count.
It's got your like mechanical intro that you had for a bit. Hold on, I'm looking through your early videos just to see.
If you're looking through my early video, depends on, like, if you're looking at anything in Series 1, you're not going to find it.
Yeah, I can kind of...
I didn't start using that background until Series 2.
Series 2. Let's go.
Mally having a monocle on the Monopoly Man moment, yeah.
Fuck you, I'm gonna find whatever this video is that lives in my subconscious. I'm going to find it.
There are only 2 times I've ever covered like a quad op, and that was the video about that was the video on Sock and the video on Tan, and neither had anything to do with a cupcake.
I bet as soon as I find whatever caused this, it's gonna be like nothing how I described it.
Isn't that always the case?
It's like I'm trying to find this old video game that, again, lived in my subconscious, and I knew I played it, and I kept remembering it as, like, a princess in a well, and we looked for hours and hours and hours, and eventually it turned out it was like a frog.
Oh!
But it was real and French, so I don't know how the fuck I got it.
Maybe there's an English translation.
Oh, there must have been, because I'm pretty sure they were speaking English. Pretty sure I didn't understand French as a kid.
It's just like a whole 10 years of your life you can't remember where you were fluent in French.
Honestly, my memory is that bad, it wouldn't shock me.
God. But yeah, I just I had to make the joke in the video, so I thought it would be really funny.
Actually, you pop up in one of my soon-to-be videos as well, now I'm thinking about it. But you do so under the well, outside of the fact that you did voice work for me, you do so under the pretense where I'm putting forth a hypothetical where I make a video where I accuse you of horrible, horrible things, and then people go and harass you. And I'm just like, see, that would be my fault!
By the way, so you've gotten all the parts, right, for your next video?
Me? Oh yes,
yeah.
I do.
Aaron
just got me.
Aaron was wondering if he got. Oh, was he? Because he was wondering if he was holding up the line or not.
I mean, now I'm holding up the line because I have to do the fan art feature.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Did you get the lines you needed from Harley?
No.
Little shit, I keep messaging them, like, give me the lines I need for my video, and they keep going, I'm soon, be patient, like, bruh.
Harley messaged me actually a while back saying, like, hey, when do you need the lines? And I was about to, and, like, I took a little while to respond because, you know, it's me. And I was about to message them back saying I needed them, like, a while ago. And they had deleted their message to me, and I was like, oh, okay, well, fuck me then.
Oh, Harley.
Harley is indeed a specimen, affectionate.
I think Harley's lines are for...
Harley.
Which lines? I'm trying to remember which video the lines are for. Oh well, I've got it written down somewhere.
It's like every time I harass Harley for the lines, they're like, soon, and then like an hour or so later they'll message me saying, come play Among Us. I'm like, God fucking damn it. And then I'll go play Among Us because I have no impulse control.
Fair.
I've sometimes wondered if it would be a good idea to invite Harley to my server where I do streaming, but I can't even get like some of the people that I already have in there to join.
My chat gets mad at me when I let Harley on stream.
Why?
They don't like him.
Aww!
I feel so bad about it. Like, one of my real life mates was watching my spider stream, and then Harley rocked up, and they're like, "Yeah, I love you and all, but I had to leave. Harley's annoying." I was like, "Oh shit."
I feel like my chat would think Harley's a riot.
Oh, probably.
You should have seen the stream when Peaches met Yoon. Oh, that was a fucking trip.
Excuse me.
Also, because you were in that chat, you are free to join if ever you are on.
Usually I'm not on, is the problem.
I know.
I am still not having luck with this.
I mean, I've only got 300 and some odd commentaries. You'd reach it eventually.
Trying so hard to find it.
Like, you've gone through this journey how many times and you haven't found it?
Like 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah, I've got 319 I've got 319 commentaries. You are bound to find it. There's no way that you couldn't.
My one fear is that it's like on a different channel. Did you do any like collabs of that nature?
I've got a few, but like, they're all in my playlists.
Okay, maybe I'm not looking at the right playlist. Okay, it's alright. Keep going.
Like any video that I've done that's on someone else's channel where I'm like not just a cameo or something, will be in my playlist. So like the video that I'm in on Ponder's channel is in, I think, the series, let's say series 4 playlist? Yeah. The video on Icy is, or sorry, Clown Thief is in series 4. I've got like 3 of them in a row in the series 7 playlist.
As a frequenter of both Susie and Mally's streams, Harley is both an angel and a devil.
Yeah, well, Harley hasn't been on one of my streams yet. Harley hasn't been on one of my streams yet, though sometimes though I have thought about changing that. Or at least attempting to change that, because I think Harley would be, first and foremost, I just kind of want to hang out with Harley more often, because Harley, Peaches, and Mally, that's the trio, which is very fun to be around.
The chaos trio.
I have enjoyed the calls that I've been in with you 3. Never a dull moment.
My poor moderator.
Alright, I think I am gonna take a break and probably end the stream because I just realized I technically haven't eaten anything yet, aside from candy cane in cinnamon tea, which is definitely not... It's definitely probably at fault for why I'm sort of slowly developing a headache, so... I'm gonna go love Demona and probably eat some curry beef on rice, and maybe... Oh, I've got sushi in the fridge!
Oh my god, sushi!
Sushi!
I'm gonna get coffee. I'm gonna bail out and get coffee.
Enjoy your coffee.
Later.
Bye, Mally.
Also, come to VidCon!
Yes, I will. I will try.
Yeah, dude, imagine going to a convention. Couldn't be me.
Oh, Tinkaton. Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, that looks like Susie. And then I just heard more about the Tinkaton. The Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then I heard about it, and I was like, that is definitely Susie.
This is the idea of like my chat was making the joke. It's like, oh, looks like a Wooloo, acts like a Tinkaton, and I'm like, now we just need a Pokemon fusion of Tinkaton and Wooloo, and then you just get me.
That'd be perfect. All right, chat. If you haven't taken your meds or eaten or drank water yet today, or just in the last few hours that we've been streaming, please go do that. Take care of yourselves. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go love Demona and eat, and I'll probably finish this up in my spare time. And maybe I'll post the sketch of that Lilith piece that I was working on. It's really only a sketch of her like tenting her fingers together, but I kind of liked how it looked out. I was worried I wasn't gonna give Lilith justice. So thank you for coming on down to the stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I'll see you later. Goodbye!